Hello, everybody. Welcome to the next session of the Mariguard Mercenaries. We have some craziness going on, and before we get into it, let's go ahead and give one of our players an opportunity to earn a point of inspiration by giving us a recap of what happened last time. Emily, I believe you volunteered with your notes.
I have indeed.
By all means, take it away.
The session started off silly, because Psycho Phantom and his little catamaran was a rolled encounter for us. So we went on a little shopping spree. He tried to sell us things such as the Grapes of Wrath, which deals 1d4 damage when thrown and shouts obscenities in Sylvan, which we only did not purchase because too many people in the party already spoke Sylvan. Um, Spring
Scythe actually
asked,
bought those off cam.
"Oh, did Scythe get them? Okay,
We
Scythe
do.
has them." Spring Spring asked twice if this man was Fae. He was offended both times. Um let's see. We did not get the Crown of the Forgetful Fate, which emits harp music when you forget why you walk into a room because it was too true to real life. However, Aaron got the Potion of Gaseous Friend, whose name is apparently Gus. Spring was generally baffled by his business model. However, Arya helped her donated her pocket limp to help her purchase earmuffs of selective hearing, which we used immediately in this session. Arya also got a taxidermied swordfish for Arya. And Aaron purchased a bunch of stuff, including a ring that gives him action movie hair and boots of slight levitation, which are platform shoes that squeak every time he goes anywhere. And Renata got a censer of questionable grace, which makes the person that inhales its smoke feel guilty, religiously guilty for 1d4 minutes. And Guy got an inflatable balloon familiar that might float away. And Spring also got a lantern of moderate surprise. Declined to purchase the bookmark of forgetting, but did get a potion of temporary success. And then called him a merry prankster, which he seemed to enjoy. Arya also tried to steal a ring, and unfortunately selected the ring of buttered palms, which immediately kind of swooshed out of her hand. And she was not pleased about any of this or about Psycho Phantom's nonsense. After that, we had some downtime in which Arya played with Vespa a little bit. Vesta was kind of too smart, but kind of humored her a little bit, and then instead they both enjoyed going on a hunt together. Arya then worked on the alert feat for a while, about thinking about a time that she was scared, which was interestingly a time that she was sort of I think younger and was by this clearing, and there was a bear in the clearing. But we didn't get a whole lot more about that memory, but it was an interesting little piece of backstory lore. Aaron talked to Turn and tried to convince her to give him Eyes of the Roomkeeper, which is basically an extra invocation. And in that course of that conversation, he actually learned that Turn was a name that she chose for herself because her past name was a slave name. She used to be a succubus in the service of one of the minor princes of hell, and she fought and scraped such that she didn't have to be that anymore, which is an interesting thing about Turn. And it was also unclear in his conversation with her whether or not she'll actually give him another invocation. It seems like she has to do him he has to do her a favor first. Spring helped Guy do blind fighting, and they both nat 20 their checks, so Guy just automatically knows blind fighting now, which is pretty cool. Spring also started a conversation by offering him the earmuffs because she said that it seemed like he wanted to ignore people sometimes. And also asked him about why a bard and sorcerer whose spells are very precious and selected, why he would pick non-detection. And he did not tell her necessarily why, but she basically asked, "Are you looking over your shoulder about anything?" And he did sort of indicate that he maybe has an unsavory past because he was talking about the way that the Mariguard kind of wiped stuff away. So that was really interesting. Renata spent a bunch of time talking to Obi and kind of lightly tried to maybe convince him to join the Mariguard to sort of get rid of his own unsavory past of being a deserter. And he seemed uncomfortable with it and was kind of asking her about being a mercenary kind of means that you have to kill people and you're not necessarily working for yourself. And Renata sort of assured him that you can still sort of work by your own morals. And then she worked on the meta magic feat for a while and is getting ever closer to that. Spring, after helping out with the blind fighting, worked on the gunner feat, and got pretty far, but blinded herself a couple of times. And said, and also finally used the sending stone on her dad because she was why hasn't he contacted me? And discovered that her dad did not know that it was a sending stone, which Spring was like, "You're an artificer, okay, all right." Um, but terrifyingly, he said that the money spent well, which was not the point of her sending him the money. Um, anyway, we did all of that stuff, and then we, after a couple of days of sailing in our target direction, found a ship that was dead in the water and seemed to be in distress, but also kind of lightly suspicious, like it was kind of the wrong kind of vessel from where they said that they were coming from. Um, and they said that they were carrying a freight of mangoes and timepieces, but their story was kind of sketchy. They offered us 200 gold to help them fix their ship and 100 gold extra if we don't ask questions, also sketchy. But of course, Spring was super on board. But although she did point out that like, hey, we're on a time crunch, we're still kind of in a race with these people. Like, do we want to do that? And there was a little bit of confusion immediately about like whether they needed tools or whether they needed skill. And so Spring made carpentry tools for them, but then discovered that in fact what they needed was a carpenter, which is not what Spring is. But she and Guy nevertheless did manage to set the mast back upright. Meanwhile, our kind of more perceptive slash people that cared about this more people were trying to like suss out the actual motivations of the people that were there. And while Renata was over there, she heard a mysterious knocking come from below decks and noticed one of the crew members kind of like go down when it happened. And then she leapt back across to our ship to tell Aaron and Arya that uh, perhaps there was a captive down there, and perhaps we should rescue the captive. And then cast augury. Also previous to this, Aaron had also successfully charmed the captain. And she basically like was honest about the fact that she wasn't being totally honest, but like not in a way that actually gave us any more information. Um, and then, so the augury revealed that if someone's liberty is being threatened, that like it gave us gave 5 weal and 1 woe. That like if we subdue the crew, it might rescue someone whose liberty is being threatened. So that was enough for Renata to kind of go back and try to figure out what was going on here. Guy, not Guy, Aaron, as we have found, is not the most athletic person in the world. So Renata literally tossed him over to the other ship, much to the strange captain's sort of like chagrin, I guess, and like puzzlement. And then Aaron demanded a mango to sort of like produce a mango to sort of be like, "Hello, give me a mango because you said that you have mangoes." And the captain retorted that the mangoes are all sealed up and they're not going to like damage the cargo just for you. But if you want to purchase 500, if you would purchase a crate of mangoes for 500 gold, you can. And immediately, Aaron called her bluff. And so while they have this crate of mangoes suspended, um, Spring is blithely unaware of this and is repairing the ship's rudder while Guy is watching her back, and they both presumably think that they're just doing the mission that they were set to do. But Renata notices that the guy that went below deck, his hands were kind of shaking as he like readied the crane to crane the mangoes over to our ship. And it is at this moment that Arya, who is on our ship, but has her bow kind of at the ready, brilliantly invoked Thieves' Cant to talk to this other pirate captain, presumably maybe a pirate captain. Question unclear. To sort of like ask, hey, like essentially establish, do you know Thieves' Cant, which gives us some level of shadiness, and then made this great gambit of asking, do you have a prisoner? But then 3 times failed the persuasion roll, and with the end of a push, we are now experiencing the consequences of that push, because the mango crate is now headed directly for Aaron and Renata's heads, and initiative is, I suspect, about to be rolled.
Hold on. Yes, you've done a great job. Take your point of inspiration. We move the map to the situation between ships as Renata and Aaron are in a confrontation as this 800-pound crate is swinging towards the two of them. I need a strength saving throw from both of yous. I will roll Aaron's, but Renata, you gotta roll yours.
I just want to clarify really fast. Isn't Guy on the other ship?
Guy is there, yes.
Yeah, I'm
Oh.
by the
Guy
Spring
was
went down to fix it.
watching.
Yes, Guy is over
back.
here. Guy is by the...
Yeah, sorry, he's showing up as on our ship. That's why I
Spring
wanted
is
to.
below the water, and Guy is on the other ship. Yeah.
This is just a crazy off the cuff question. Can Renata try to intervene between the crate and Aaron and take the onus of the blow?
The crate is
My dude.
too big to do
You're
that.
the revivify people.
But I'm so strong.
Roll me a strength save, and then we'll talk.
Can I invoke my
Can you roll a strength save?
my special boy feature, Agonizing Might,
Roll a
to
con
have
save.
advantage on that? Why am I so bad at those? So I made this character 18. Okay, that's a good roll.
That's your con save?
Mhm.
Okay. Roll your strength save with advantage.
$14.
Okay.
Aaron get.
Aaron got a 17. He rolled a 15 plus 2.
Jesus. Being strangled by a cord.
Stop it. Okay. So Renata, with a 14, you do not succeed. But with Agonizing Might, you take half damage anyway.
Mhm.
However, you do also take necrotic damage from extending yourself.
Uh-huh.
But I'm going to roll the crate, slamming into both of you.
Roll for crate. Oh my god, roll for crate.
Okay, hold on. So that's 10, 15, 19, 22. All right. Aaron takes 28 points of bludgeoning damage. You also take 28 points of bludgeoning damage and
Uh-huh.
eight points of necrotic damage. However,
That
because...
music.
What?
Go ahead. I was just gonna say that music when you're playing Pokemon and your Pokemon is really low. That's what's playing right now for Renata.
The diddle-doo, 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 diddle-doo.
Yep.
However, Renata, you are pinned by the crate
jeez.
against the wall. Aaron is not, as he
Arr.
succeeded on the strength save. He managed to push himself out of the way of the crate well enough that he is now knocked prone on the deck of the ship. You are pinned between the crate and the wall deck, between like the captain's quarters and the crate that's now pressed up against you. So, Renata, you are restrained.
Ow.
But you are also in complete cover. Because there is a crate on you.
Great. Take the good with the bad.
Hold on a minute. Let me deal the damage to Aaron. I almost did it to Guy, and that would have just been unfair.
Guy's done
I did
nothing wrong
nothing
in
to
this
deserve this.
situation.
It's like I was doing what we said we were gonna do.
Okay. Spring, roll me a perception check at disadvantage.
Okay.
He would deserve it a little bit for trying to make Aaron buy the crate of mangoes.
I have a +2 to my perception.
I believe in you. That's a
That's
pretty good
fine.
roll.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. 14.
Underwater, as you're working on this rudder and you're separating like the wood that has been damaged away from where the rudder is jammed up against the boat, you suddenly feel and hear this that was, very loud. Somehow you felt and heard that underwater. You don't know what the hell that was. You can
Brings brow furrows. Can I what? What can I do?
the ship itself shifts from that thump. You actually see the boat like rock a little bit from the weight of this crate being swung across the deck and slammed into 2 people. So you don't know exactly what happened, but you know it was significant enough that it shifted a boat. And that's not a small thing. So you can be curious or
Yeah,
you can be suspicious.
Mhm.
I think she's curious and is worried about those giant fucking crabs that we just fought.
It's fair.
So I think she'll try to disengage and try to swim up to the top.
Guy,
Yeah, we tied you. Yeah, hello?
you just watched. Do you speak Thieves' Cant?
No.
Okay, so you've heard Arya speak Thieves' Cant before. There's no way you haven't.
I know, when she starts talking nonsense to a stranger, I'm pretty sure what's happening.
Yeah. So you can intuit that the captain responded in Thieves' Cant, and then something Arya said
then-
clearly didn't go well.
Smashed them. Okay, so do I get to do... Are we in initiative?
We're
Do I get
about
do
to be. I'm
something?
going to give you a reaction that I want to know how Guy would react to seeing the captain, like, looking at Arya,
Uh-huh.
like tut and shake her head, and then the entire crate just gets swung woof, across the deck and slam into Aaron and Renata. What would you do?
There's 2 things that he might do. No, I think that considering the captain is by the control
Yeah.
for this crate, he would cast Shatter on her and the crate and the control where she is.
I don't think you're going to get a whole spell in this moment. Like,
Oh,
I'm going to
well
give you an
then.
opportunity to, like, shout something or literally a reaction if you have one.
That's fine.
Okay.
I mean, I might tug the rope or whatever that's tied to Spring, so she knows it.
You can do that. That's totally fine. We have rolled initiative for you guys already, so that's why I'm not giving you a full action here. Scythe and Arya, you 2 are on the other ship, and you just watched. Well, Scythe, you just watched this happen, and while you don't speak Thieves' Cant, it does not take a fucking genius to figure out that Arya said something, and then the
And
captain
suddenly
has smashed the
it was
crate
on.
into your allies. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you have something to say or like a reaction, like I said to Guy, is there anything that Scythe would immediately do?
It's not a reaction. Can I use a bonus action?
No.
Okay.
It's got to be something super
Uh,
quick, like out of turn.
Okay, let me just very quickly look at my sheet and see if there is a reaction that would be on point.
You could opportunity attack Arya, I guess.
I don't really
I'm
want to
kidding.
do
It was
that.
a joke. Don't do that.
Yeah, no, I don't. No.
Okay.
Um,
Then I'm going
I
to
don't have a
roll.
peaceful
That's
reaction
okay.
here.
I'm going to roll the NPCs in ish. Okay. That means it is time to boogie.
Naga's gonna wonder why the fuck we keep being the way
I
that
think
we
I
are.
think I think Naga has learned exactly why we are the way that we are.
Naga goes first. He sees the crate happen, and as he is running down off the helm, he says to Arya and Scythe as he's running toward a ballista, he says, "This is not moving quickly." He runs to the ballista, slaps a device onto the back of the bolt that's on the ballista, and Scythe and Arya, you both see it is a rope tether, and he fires the ballista at the driftling. It appears he's trying to harpoon their boat so it cannot leave. Even though it can't fucking move, but still. He hits. A moment. Okay. The driftling takes 18 points of damage. The driftling is going to have to make a save. It rolled a natural 1. The driftling is tethered to the water witch.
Hey.
There is now a rope line connecting the driftling to the water witch, which the rope line will let you board the water witch without risk of falling in the water. It just requires an athletics check to navigate the rope, DC 10. Aaron's turn. Aaron is prone.
Echo, did you mean to have the initiatives revealed for the opponents?
They are not.
I see them.
I do not see them.
I don't
Pirate
either.
Swashbuckler, Pirate Captain, Pirate Sea Mage, Pirate Seer.
How do you see them?
I don't know.
Well, don't look at it.
Sorry.
I can't fix it, so don't fucking look at it.
Okay. Just will look.
It doesn't matter that you see them, I guess,
I'm
but
just confused.
keep that knowledge to your damn self.
Sorry.
Aaron gets up. He says something, I don't know,
Insecure.
insecure. Sure. What spells does he have here? I think he would do something to try to get you out of the spot that you're in, Renata.
That'd be great.
But I don't know that he can.
He could always blast.
Yeah, he can't always just blast. Yeah, he will hex the captain, and then he will Eldritch Blast them. Tried and true.
Just warlock thing. Well, that's not true.
Just warlock
Okay.
things.
One hits, one does not. It's D10 plus D6.
I have just a question about visualizing this fight, Echo.
Okay.
It was a crate of mangoes, yes? Are there
Yes.
mangoes all over the ground now?
The crate is
Is
not
it
broken.
like difficult? Oh, the crate isn't broken. Okay, got it.
It's a hardy crate.
Yeah, they are.
It's got a
They are
Renata-sized
sturdy
dent in it.
crates. Yes. Aaron deals 10 points of damage total to the captain, and that's it. Running up from below deck, Guy, near the rudder, there is a stairwell, and one of the crew of this enemy ship, well, it was an enemy, now it is, comes up onto the deck and sees that you are managing the rope that Spring is in the water with, and he's going to attack you.
Okay.
As he does, he just charges up to you with a blade in hand.
Yes, I do.
That is an 18 to hit.
That hits me.
Okay. I rolled really bad. You take 6 points of damage.
Okay.
He's going to swing again. That's a natural 20.
That also hits me.
Yes, it does.
That's really rude of him, actually.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Wait, am I a good bard? Do I have that thing? Nope. Moving on.
You're a bad bard. Okay. You take 27 points of slashing damage from that one.
Okay, so
Ooh,
6 and
Jesus.
then 27.
That's what happens when I roll almost minimum damage and then a crit, is they are very
Yeah.
swingy.
Ow.
That's
I was
his
like, what
turn.
the fuck did I do?
Mhm.
Renata, you are restrained and there is a crate leaning against you. What do you do?
Beacon of Hope.
Oh.
How big is this ship?
Take it.
Question.
Never mind.
It is smaller than the Water Witch. It is maybe 10 feet across the deck, and like 40 feet long. It's not as big.
Okay.
It's a.
I have a 30-foot range. I don't know where Renata is pinned on the ship, but she wants to get as many people as possible in it.
You're kind of in the middle of the ship. You're pinned up against the captain's quarter, like the wall at the back of the deck. So you're kind of in the middle of everything.
So I could get Spring, Guy, and Aaron, but I'm imagining not Arya or Scythe.
You probably would not be able to get the people on the other ship.
Okay, so Beacon of Hope is up because the max healing only affects the people who are in the range when it was cast,
Okay,
is my point.
I understand.
And she is going to...
For the most part, use the map as pretty accurate as to where people
All right.
are.
Well, I think she can't see anything because she's covered by a crate.
You can't see
Yes.
shit. No.
So she couldn't see Guy get laid waste too. So she's gonna
No.
just bonus action the healing word herself because she got laid waste,
Okay. Yeah.
and that shit hurted. Hooray for new healing word rules. So that's 12 plus. I think I get 3 extra for being a life cleric.
Okay, so as this crate has slammed up against you and the agonizing might has kept it from like actually crushing you, you've been able to like push it off yourself enough that 800 pounds are not turning you into a smear against this wall. What's going through Renata's mind right now?
Oh, I fucked up.
Okay.
Kelsiox, help me save my friends. Hopefully the person potentially being held captive is worth this.
Okay. That's what happens. You do heal, so how much do you heal yourself for?
I heal. It's 2 plus the spell's level, so 12 plus 3 is 15 total. Oh, wait, it's max healing. That's why I did the thing.
It
my
is.
Y-
Yes.
Yes. Yep. I caught up to my own self, so it's 2d4 plus 8. So 8 plus 8 is
You heal for
16 plus 3
16.
is 19.
Okay.
It's 19.
Got it. So you're up to 27 hit points, I believe.
Oof. Ouch. Okay. And I need to make a concentration check on Beacon of Hope. Oh wait, no.
Why?
Because the pain already happened. Sorry.
Yeah, the pain was
Continue.
just an instant. You're pinned up against the wall, though the crate is not like it's leaning on you, but it's not like pressing harder. You just are stuck, and it's going to require an athletics check to get yourself unstuck, or some other means if you have any
Right.
ideas.
Yep. That's
All right, Scythe,
Hi.
a crate up against the wall, and you see Renata's little legs like stuck
She's
out from
squished like a
underneath
bug.
it, and then you see just magical, like this radiant beacon flash from behind that crate. So it's clear Renata's still alive, but can't move. You saw this crew member of the other ship jump up onto the deck and slash a guy pretty brutally. What do you do?
I'm gonna get my fucking metal ass over there.
Okay. It is a
So-
20-foot gap that is connected by a ballista line. You can
Yep.
jump, you can climb, you can do
I
something.
am gonna rage and then I'm gonna jump.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna
Roll me athletics.
Yeah.
It is a higher DC to jump safely than to use the line, but you're a barbarian. Yeah, you jump it. You're fine.
yeah. And then once I'm over there, I'm gonna
Please
take a stab
indicate
at this
where
guy.
you're landing. The one by Guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna take a stab at that guy.
Go for it.
Any second now. Sorry.
No rush.
$25.
That hits.
Oh, I forgot to use the rage button.
Oh.
I figured this out last time, and I can totally do it. Oh, there. Okay, now I will do my damages.
Go ahead.
It's saying I must roll attack. For, I guess I. whatever.
Because you hit the rage button, it doesn't understand
Yeah.
that you...
I'm just gonna ignore that number and do the damage.
That's fine.
Yeah.
He
that's
will
10.
parry your attack and reduce the damage he takes by an amount.
Mhm.
He reduces it by 5. So he takes 5 points of damage.
Okay. I'm gonna attack him again.
That's fair. Yeah, that hits. 15 points of damage. Okay.
And she's just kind of yell in his face. Not any words. Just barbarian shout. Rah!
He
I can't do it.
he like just does like his attention is clearly split between the two of you, and he just like when you yell at him. Guy,
Hi.
you are up. You've been crit, and now Scythe is
Okay.
there.
I have. I still want to know if I can shatter the captain and
Yes.
part. Okay, without hitting side. I know it's. Yeah, okay.
So you can shatter the captain.
Uh-huh.
Shatter is a sphere.
Yeah, it's 10-foot radius, so.
If you're just hitting the captain, it's easy enough to put it
Mhm.
like beyond the captain and not hit anything else.
Okay. Yeah, because I don't want to hit any of my friends. I don't mind hitting her fucking ship, but, you know. Okay.
Go ahead. I'll roll the con.
Yeah.
I rolled a 15.
Con 17, so she fails.
Okay.
And you know how I cast this? Hell yeah. I'm casting at 4th level,
Okay.
so she takes 30 points of damage.
Oh my god.
The big boom of thunder.
Okay. 30 points of damage accounted for. All right.
And don't I have a bonus? That's good. Not really. Oh, with my bonus action, who can I see? Oh, Renata's under a fucking crate.
I'm afraid Renata is not
Legs are
visible to
wiggling
you.
around.
Scythe is over here, but Guy is gonna turn around and he's gonna look at Arya on the other ship, and he's just gonna yell it to her and give her a big thumbs up because he knows she has his back. And I'm gonna bardic inspiration Arya.
Okay. Arya, you are inspired.
Nice.
Mine is a 1d8, I believe.
Okay. I believe that's your turn, unless you want to move.
Nope, I'm good.
Arya, you're up.
Okay. I am going to attack this guy here, however I put that, I don't know.
This fella?
The guy that
Go
the
for
guy
it.
that tried to hit Guy.
Oh, he didn't try. He
Oh,
did a really
he
good
hit
job.
him.
Rocked
Yes, the guy that hit
60.
did a really good job hitting Guy.
Mhm.
Oh my god. That was with advantage.
That is a miss, I'm afraid.
Would you like to add your bardic inspiration?
That's true.
I don't. Oh,
You can
what,
add a
what-
d8.
Yeah, you can roll a d8. If you roll high, maybe you'll hit.
15.
15.
Still does not hit, I'm afraid.
Oh, okay.
I will say, you notice this guy does look very nimble. He looks very good at dodging attacks.
I don't know
Well,
that I have
see if you
any-
can do it again. Wait, don't you get? Oh no, you're a rogue. Never mind. Get
One
fucked.
attack.
Yeah.
Yep. Get
I
fucked.
only get, I only get the one.
Oh.
Only the
Yep,
one.
this was me when I was a rogue. I was like, wait, why did I do this?
Alright, I don't have anything else.
Okay. Do you want a bonus action hide or anything to try and get advantage on the next attack?
I
Ooh.
have advantage.
Okay. Next.
Good.
Coming up from below deck, Scythe, right next to you, is an individual. Okay.
Oh. Are any of these the one that Renata saw down there?
No, not yet. Scythe! I need you to make a wisdom save.
Scythe has advantage because of my beacon of hope.
Oh wait.
Okay.
Calciox be with you. You are muted.
I thought I didn't get your beacon of hope because I wasn't in it when you cast it.
Were you not?
No,
Fuck.
she was on the other
Never mind.
ship.
Perish.
Yeah.
14 is a failure.
Never mind. Get
Scythe.
fucked.
Yeah, it's not a shock.
You are turned into a
damn it.
sheep.
What?
Is it a metal sheep? Is my question.
Wow. You got polymorph or sheeped.
What a good question.
It's
This
it's mostly just a regular sheep, but with steel wool.
We're gonna. Oh my
Rub this
god! I love the steel wool sheep.
Greatest compromise.
I must. Okay, I have to ask this question about being a sheep. Am I
Yeah.
still angry?
She an angry.
Yeah, you're an angry sheep. You're still raging. You just are a sheep.
I'm an angry sheep. That's excellent. That's all I need.
Okay.
Rub yourself against someone; it'll hurt.
You have the stats of a sheep.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying I'm going to be effective. I'm just saying I'm an angry sheep.
Let me see if I can find a... Yep.
Sounds like a mobile game.
I just have to pull up the character sheet of a sheep. Okay. You can make... You are sure-footed. You have advantage on strength and dexterity saves made against effects that would knock you prone. You can make an unarmed attack for 1 damage with a strength modifier of +1. Your intelligence is a -4. Your wisdom is a 10, and your charisma is a 5. You have 3 hit points as a sheep.
I think that's so unfair. I think that sheep are way cuter than that.
Yeah, it's a very cute little.
Yeah, but they don't have a lot of
sheep.
confidence. Is the thing.
Okay, I'm not a very.
Ah.
Okay, let's we can move on from my.
Sure.
Sheep
All right. Yeah, that's what happened. Is you are now sheep. Sorry. On this side of the ship. Hey, Arya, roll me a perception check.
Okay. Perception.
Okay.
What the fuck is with my rolls?
That's okay. Climbing up onto the ship as a surprise is a pirate. And he's going to try and gank you, Arya.
Okay.
He has advantage because you did not see it coming.
Did not.
He natural 20s.
Oh my god.
What?
I'm gonna die today.
No, he doesn't. No, but he doesn't though. No, take
Spring
my
intercede.
inspiration. Please roll that again, Echo.
All right. It still has advantage. Okay, it's no longer a natural 20, but it is a 23 to hit. He's gonna stab you. Hold on. I have sneak attack.
Rogue v rogue violence.
It is a rogue on rogue action here. So that is 7 points of piercing. And 15 points of sneak attack. So 22 points of damage on that gank.
Okay.
I did not want that to be a crit. Being crit by a rogue is not good.
Mm-mm.
It's true. Does he... Yeah, he will then bonus action. He takes the dodge bonus action, which is something you didn't expect him to be able to do.
That's wild.
What is he dodging? Is it just
You.
It's
Oh.
patient defense, so he has any attack on him right now is disadvantage. From the crow's nest, Lookout Albie looks down at the guy next to you, Arya. And you hear, back to the sea with you.
Hell yeah.
And he shoots at the guy with a gun.
Get him, Albie.
He does have disadvantage, though. Which is saddening, because I rolled another natural 20. And a 6.
Aw.
For a 15 total to hit, which misses. Ah! Bird's not supposed to be at sea, but here we are.
I agree, he should get off the fucking ship. Is what Arya says from below. Albie.
Albie doesn't respond. It's okay. So, from
Nope.
below deck, there's not a lot of room on this deck. Coming up, Guy, you see another individual, and this does look like the deckhand that Renata saw. But Renata, you can't see him because there is a crate in your face.
Yes.
But he emerges on the deck and he's going to take a shot at Aaron with a revolver. And he misses. He will cock the hammer and try again. And he hits. Where's the die? There it is. Aaron takes 12 points of piercing damage. Aaron must make a concentration check. Aaron succeeds with a natural 18. That is that individual's turn. Okay. Emerging on the deck next to the captain is another crew member.
Goodness.
Yeah.
It's a
We're not
clown car of a ship.
And this one casts a healing spell.
Please you.
Other people can
Alright,
do
kill
it
the
too.
healer. Kill the healer.
They heal for 17. Okay.
Who heals for 17?
The enemies.
Oh,
All?
all of them.
2 of them.
Uh-oh, kill the cleric. Clerics are no good.
I just realized I publicly rolled that. So you guys could see me heal them for 17. Whoops. Maybe that's why you
Apparently
could
I
see
should
them.
be able to do that.
Oh, cry about it. It's now the captain's turn. The captain... Okay, so... Scythe is a sheep. So the captain pointedly does not turn and engage Scythe. But the captain does yank the controls of the wooden crane.
Uh-oh.
Wait,
And-
I was trying to get them in my shatter. That's why I shattered her, so she couldn't fuck with that anymore.
Okay.
Would the controls have to make a save? They are non-material. Yeah.
I did not know that's what you were trying to do. I asked if
Frog
you were just
definitely-
trying to hit the captain.
Frog did specify
I
the
missed it.
first time the shatter was called,
Sorry.
but
Let me roll.
I don't
They
know if it
have
was rolled
disadvantage
twice the second
because
time.
it's shatter. A moment.
Mm.
The Driftling has a bonus of 7 to con. But it's at disadvantage.
17 DC.
Okay. It rolled an 18 on one die and a 7 on the other, so it fails.
Woo!
Oh, wait.
Okay, which would destroy the controls in her hand.
Yeah.
Way.
Well, who knows? I'm sure there's other things they can do, but
Yeah, she just shoots.
right, but I'm very invested in where this
that's fair.
crate goes.
I know. So was Guy. He was like, that was terrible.
Okay, so the crane is now inoperable, but it is stuck on Renata. Guy, the captain, is going to shoot at you with a revolver. Sorry.
That was okay.
I had a more creative idea, but it doesn't work now.
Sorry.
That's a
I
22
don't know, I
to
think
hit,
it worked
Guy.
out really well.
I'm gonna shield.
Okay. That blocks the shot.
Mhm.
She will shoot again. Still, okay, 21, so that also blocks it.
Yes.
So two bullets bounce off the magical shield in front of you. And then she is going to bonus action. Finish that one! And the one next to you, Guy, immediately attacks you.
Uh-huh.
Oh, shit.
I mean, my AC is it on my turn or their turn? So it's still 23.
It's still 23.
My next turn. Okay.
That's a 26 to hit from this guy.
That hits for sure.
Yeah.
Guy has a bone to pick with you.
He seems to be quite dexterous. He seems very good at what he does. So much so that the captain is relying on it. He rolls 15 points of slashing damage on you, Guy.
Oh, my God.
As the
Guy,
scimitar
as soon as I can
cuts
see
into
you, I'll heal you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the captain's turn. Spring!
Oh, she's like a commander. Cool. Cool. Cool.
Okay, so Spring's, how far down is she on the ship? Like, how far do I have to move to get up and see what's happening?
Vertically, you are 20 feet from the ship's, deck.
Okay, can I, climb the rope up? Can I?
Yeah, you can.
that a
You can just
possibility?
climb up. Yeah, it's athletics to climb up quickly.
I will do that. I
Roll
will
athletics.
climb up. Okay. Hang on, I'm trying to get my cat to not knock over my drink.
But he's having a
first.
bash.
Yeah, he is very good at that. All right, athletics. Natural 17 for 24.
Easy peasy. You climb up the rope with 10 feet to spare. You end up on the deck. You see no sign of Renata. You see Guy getting hacked at by this guy next to him. You see Aaron bleeding. You see an individual on the other ship, fighting Arya. It's clear things have gone awry. There's also a sheep.
There's a sheep for some reason. What the fuck happened? What? Okay. What does the armor situation look like on all of these dudes? Are any of them, are they all wearing like leathers for metal for armor?
You don't see much armor at all. They look like they're wearing sailing clothes.
Interesting. Okay. But none of them have any metal on them necessarily.
There is a remarkably lack quantity of metal. What pieces of armor you do see are like hides and leathers, but they're very like. It seems like they're relying on dexterity and natural armor and stuff to avoid getting hurt.
Okay.
They're pirates.
They're pirates. Sure. That checks out. Well, this one is hacking away at Guy, and Guy looks not great.
Yeah, Guy looks fucked up.
I can't flank. I think I can't remember the ship rules are that you can't flank, right? Because everywhere you move is 5 feet.
Correct. There's no flanking, and there is no like opportunity attacks aren't really a thing for either team.
Got it.
We're all packed in there.
Well, I mean, I got my armor on, and I had my I think I'm gonna like lower my I think my hood is still up for the Cloak of the Manta Ray, and I'm just gonna like look at Guy and go like, I got your back, and I'm gonna punch this dude 3 times.
Okay.
With my Thunder Gauntlets. Natural 20.
Fuck him up. Spring doesn't know why she's here, but she knows she has to kill.
Hold on. This guy looks over at you and silvery barbs you.
That's not fair.
Fuck that. All right.
You roll again.
I roll again.
Roll another natural 20. Show him.
I mean, I'll try. That's a natural 18. That's still pretty good.
That is pretty good.
26.
Yeah, that's.
Does she get her original damage this year?
That's 12 points of thunder damage.
Okay.
That's a 19.
Misses.
Shit. Okay, so that's 2 attacks. I'm gonna, in fact, instead of punching 3 times, I'm gonna bonus action defensive field. Little hums to life. My little like air kind of shimmery hums to life, a little bit pink around me. And Spring just kind of looks over at Guy and is like, were they always? Is it an ambush?
No.
We did this? Why?
Guy isn't sure. Like, Guy's perspective on this was all a little fucky.
You
like,
so,
yeah,
like
I'm bleeding. We'll talk later.
With that question asked, the captain says, "Y'all couldn't stop asking questions."
All
So
right.
she shot me twice in the face, or tried. So
Well, fuck you.
She did not successfully shoot you at all.
She
So.
tried. Yeah, proportionately. Proportionately,
The intent
perhaps
that
this
matters.
is not equal to questions, but okay.
Spring, yeah, I think Spring jumps down and kind of like squares off against this guy. All right, 2 against 1 then.
We got a sheep too.
Uh,
Where did the sheep come from?
Hey, that's Scythe.
Scythe
Oh
the
shit!
sheep.
Steel wool. I get it.
it's now the Captain Naga's turn. Captain Naga is gonna run next to you, Arya, and try and help deal with the invader. Though he has a disadvantage on his attack, he's gonna try anyway. He slashes with a sword none of you had seen before. It is a short sword, but it is remarkably deft. Okay. That hits.
Mm-hmm.
Minimum damage. Okay, bud. 6 points of damage. And then he swings again. That's a natural 1 with disadvantage. Okay. All right. He will bonus action help Arya. He's giving you advantage on your next action, whatever it is. Aaron.
Okay.
Is me. Okay. What the fuck does Aaron do? Aaron is going to... Well, he's
Throw that
concentrating
hero
on
overboard,
Hex.
right? Push, push.
Yeah, with his massive strength score.
With his Eldritch Blast.
Trying to decide if he would try to push or if he would try and do something else, like a more useful spell. Oh, yeah. He's going to blight.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's huge. Okay, he's going to try and blight the captain. He needs to make a con save. That is successful. But the damage is still 31 points of damage halved. Okay, so she takes 15. And he doesn't have a bonus action he can use on that, I don't think.
No.
Okay,
Alas.
well, maybe... I don't know. It's not my character. The swashbuckler is going to make... Okay, so Spring, you're right in his face, guys, right there. I'm going to roll to see which of you he focuses on. Guy, it's still on you.
Yeah. I mean, the captain told him to finish me off.
It's true. He has advantage from Silvery Barbs. That is a 24 to hit.
I will shield again. Wait, I can't. I haven't had another turn. So it does. 24 does hit me then. Yes.
Okay.
My AC is 23.
Okay, you take 10 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And then here's an attack that's not at advantage, just a straight roll. That misses. If 23 is your AC, that was a dirty 20.
Yeah. Okay.
He's going to
Ow.
bonus action. Yep, he's going to bonus action, second wind. Okay. He recovers some health. Renata, you are still restrained behind a crate.
Yes. I'm going to try to push this crate off of myself.
Roll athletics.
Okay. What's that? Wait. Strength checks at advantage. Okay. So I will roll. Oh, thank God. 22.
22. The DC was 20.
Ooh.
You place your hands flat against this crate, and it hurts, but you force this 800
She
pounds
hulks out.
of wood and fruit.
Arrgh.
As you shove the crate off of yourself, literally, like, the plate armor is straining as your muscles are expanding underneath it, forcing the crate away from yourself, and then to the side. And all of you hear this as the crate is just, like, shoved away from Renata, who squeezes herself out from behind the crate. The
She
fuck
just
was
says-
that?
Ow. And she will bonus action
Why is it
mass
looking great?
healing word.
Oh, shit.
What about shit?
Don't
Oh,
do that
shit.
with your bonus action.
I shit. And that's my turn.
Nobody does.
Mass healing word. It looks like it's 60 feet, so I can do Guy, myself, Aaron, and Arya. Correct me if I'm wrong, because
Yeah,
I
you
think
can
everybody
get
else is
everybody.
okay. And it will be maximum. So it's 4 plus 10, so everybody gets 14 plus an additional 2 plus the spell's level 5, so 19 back to everybody.
Nice.
Okay.
Well, I'm back
And
at
that was-
half almost.
That was her bonus action. Her action was to get the crate off of her. The bonus action was to heal, so that is her turn.
Okay. Scythe,
Hi.
you're a sheep.
Can I try to ram this dude off the ship?
You can certainly try. It's gonna be your
Miss
strength
Athletics?
score is a 12. You are
Yeah.
not proficient in athletics as a sheep, so it is a
Aw,
d20
man.
plus
She's-
1.
Does she
You have
still get advantage?
Yeah, you're
Because she's
raging.
I do have
Raging?
advantage.
You're a very angry sheep.
Okay.
Sheep
So D20
rage.
plus 1 at advantage.
Yes. You.
Aw.
Oh,
Gotta do it again.
Question mark.
1 second.
okay.
Nope. Basically, she just rams her sheep head into this dude, and he's just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's basically what happens. Nice try.
That's my turn.
Okay, Guy.
I know about polymorph, don't I? I'm a smart
Yeah, you're familiar
caster
with it.
type guy. And so I know that if we get rid of her sheep hit points, she will become Scythe again.
Yes. You do know that.
But then also there's this dude who wants to kill me.
Yeah, he's trying.
Yeah, I think I probably need to deal with that first. Gonna try to fucking stab him with my Gambler Blade.
Okay.
As soon as I figure out where that is, it's right here. Okay, so it's gonna be this plus 3, everything plus 3. Wow. 18?
Misses.
19. 18. Okay. Try again. Oh my god, that's even worse. So I missed twice in a row. And then... Bonus action. You know what? I'm gonna heal myself. Shit is hairy here.
You get
Fair.
maximum.
That's great. I love that.
I
So
love
6
lamp.
D4 plus 5.
I love
Okay.
lamb. Me.
Okay.
29. Okay, yeah, we're good.
Arya, it's your turn. You have advantage on whatever it is you're trying to do because Captain Naga is assisting you.
Okay, what if I already have advantage? Do I have
You get to cry about
advantage?
it.
Double advantage.
I would love double advantage. We should start
Because,
figuring
like,
out how to work
okay,
that
so I
in
have
there.
disadvantage against this guy on the ship, right?
So it's a straight roll.
It's a straight roll. Okay. Ugh.
Any disadvantage negates any advantage. It just becomes a straight roll.
But I have 2 advantages.
It doesn't matter.
I've
We
barked up
apply
this
them
tree for years.
staggered. Yeah, that's not.
But I should add my 1d8. Normal. 25 in the face.
Yeah, that
Right in
that
the face.
hits.
Right
Hell
in
yeah.
the face.
Off the chin.
You do get sneak attack because he's in melee with Naga.
Do I?
Yes.
I thought it was only if I had advantage.
No, if an enemy is being threatened by, and if they're being threatened by anybody, they also get your sneak attack.
Okay, cool. So, I wish it showed me on that roll. Why does it not tell me? Oh, and it went against the wrong target, too.
That's okay. You don't have to use the targeting system. Just, describe
Yeah, I
what
didn't
you're
mean-
going for.
I didn't mean to. I rolled the damage. Oh, I see. It's 8. Okay. Cool. And then sneak attack. I am going to drop a die for poison. So if you could try to make a con save. The person on the ship.
How about a 6?
No.
How about it?
So he is going to be poisoned.
For one turn or forever? Until
For a
the
minute.
afterlife? Oh, okay.
A minute. Probably, maybe.
Does he get a con save at the end of his turn? Or is this just a thing he has to deal with?
On a
forever?
failed save, the target has the poison condition for 1 minute, and at the end
Ooh,
of
that's awesome.
each of its turns, the poison target repeats the save, ending the
That
effect on
much.
That's what I
itself on
thought.
a success. Yeah, okay. Yeah. But he is poisoned for now.
Yep.
And then I'm going to go ahead and Whales. Oh wait, let me finish my sneak attack damage. So I dropped 1 die for poison. I'm going to drop another die, and I'm gonna ask for a dex save from the guy.
Mm,
Okay.
so sneaky.
A dex save, you say?
He's probably got a lot of dex.
25.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. I shouldn't have done that. As soon as I said it, I was like, oh my god, why did I do that? Okay. D6. Okay, so then 7 more damage for sneak attack. So 15 for this guy, and he's poisoned.
Got it.
And then the guy attacking guy is going to take 9 necrotic damage from Whales from the Grave. He's
Okay.
knows
Got it.
he's got a arrow coming to his face in a second.
Okay. Anything else?
Can I bonus action dodge?
You are not a monk, unfortunately,
Aw.
so no. You
Damn.
can bonus action disengage, but there's not really enough room on the ship to get away from him.
Yeah. I'm good then.
Okay. It is now the Sea Mage's turn. You're still a sheep. He seems content with that. He's going to hurl a fireball. Spring and Guy, I need you both to make a dex save.
Spry, if you will.
$17.
That is a success.
9.
That is a failure.
Spring Klein rolled a 9.
Spring Klein rolled a 9. All right, 8d6. 6, 9, 11, 16, 19, 21, 26, 31 points of fire damage. Halved for Guy. So,
Ouch.
after all of this, like the clashing of blades and everything, it's almost as if the entire battlefield just erupts in a of this fiery explosion occurring just off the prow of the Driftling. And as the flames lick away Spring and Guy, Spring, you are wet, so you are not ignited, but you are take some damage.
It's 31, right? Total?
31 points of damage, and halved if you succeeded, which is 15 to you, Guy.
Yep, thank you.
Okay. It is now time for the fella in front of you, Arya. He's going to use a bonus action, and he, presses his fingertips together, closes his eyes, and concentrates for a moment, and ends the poisoned condition on himself.
Is
Fucking monks.
that a heal? Or
No.
is it just something else?
It's just the thing he does. He cleanses his
Zen.
body.
Okay.
He thinks about a happier time, and the poison goes away.
Can't heal, by the way.
He doesn't restore any health. It is not a heal.
Okay.
But then he's going to stab you. I don't know why I found that amusing. I apologize. Okay. That's a 21 to hit you, Arya.
That hits.
Okay. That is 12 points of piercing damage.
Rude.
Yeah.
Rude.
That was
Stab
rude.
him back.
It's now
Not
Albie's turn. Albie's going to shoot him. He hits. He gets sneak attack. Albie deals 18, 25 points of piercing damage with his sneak attack. Okay. This individual disappears below deck. And he's going to use a ship action to fire a cannon upon the Water Witch.
Well, we're tethered to them, those idiots.
Perhaps he thinks he'll deal with that after. Who knows? You can have a conversation about the psychology behind the attack if you like, but he fires a cannon at the Water Witch, which does hit. So that is 4d10. Okay. 27 points of piercing damage to the Water Witch. He then will use his second attack, run to another cannon, and fire it as well at the Water Witch.
Oh my god.
And hit as well. 11, 27, 17, 21, 26 points of damage to the Water Witch. Okay, the Water Witch is going to make a Constitution saving throw. The Water Witch has sprung a leak. That is the end of that pirate's turn.
They're all going down.
Okay. It's now the Seer's turn.
Why don't you sound red?
Okay. All right. Just going to create a spiritual weapon right next to Aaron. Okay. A magical floating spear suddenly appears next to Aaron, and it is going to attack him. That's a 15 to hit. That misses. But then you see this cleric raise its own spear, and suddenly the spear extends impressively long, thrusting around the captain and stabbing Aaron from range.
I hate that cleric.
It's a dirty 20, which does
They
hit
worship
Aaron.
Varian.
You could look for a religious symbol.
I just got the crate off me.
It's true. You are a little busy. So that's a d6. D8. Aaron takes 12, 16 points of piercing damage from this extended attack. It's now the captain's turn. Captain Enola Trellis. Well, she'll attack Aaron too.
Sure, fuck it.
First attack misses. Second attack absolutely hits. Aaron takes 9 points of piercing damage. Aaron is not looking great. Then the captain, bonus action. Again, no quarter! And commands the swashbuckler to attack again, guy.
Okay.
Chloe.
Sorry.
That's okay.
That's how it goes. That is a 25.
That hits me.
11 points of slashing damage, guy.
Okay.
Spring, you're up.
Oh, sorry, I was muted. Okay. So this guy is still a big problem for Guy. Yes.
Yeah, he's
and the
attacking
sheep
him a lot.
Scythe is still a sheep.
Scythe is still a sheep. No one has done anything about the sheep situation.
No one has done anything about the sheep situation. Well, Guy looks hardier than he otherwise was. I think I'm going to make the executive decision to cast Magic Missile on this caster that has Polymorph up
Oh, okay.
to try to alleviate the sheep situation. Unless, I guess, could I cast? I'm kind of unclear on how area of effect spells work. Could I get Scythe in a Shatter and also these two?
Yeah,
dudes
you could shatter
here?
those 3 if you want to
Okay,
also
great. That's
hit
what
Scythe.
Yeah, I will. I mean, sorry, Scythe, but we need you to not be a
Mm-mm.
sheep anymore. And Spring doesn't know how many HP that a sheep has.
Fine. I mean, I'm a sheep, so.
Oh no, I'm about to wreck her peace. I'm about to literally shatter her peace.
No, she's an
No,
angry
she's an
sheep.
angry sheep.
Oh, I guess she's an angry sheep.
She's a real angry sheep. She
Scythe
tried
doesn't
to
know
headbutt
peace in
the
any
dude.
form.
It's like someone
Or-
took a
Yeah.
sheep and drew with a marker angry eyebrows on it.
Angry little eyebrows.
Echo, I don't know where all of this is happening, but if I could get any of the mast in this, because
The one
they're
that
fucking
they fixed.
we fixed, yeah, exactly. Like I will make eye contact.
You would also damage the hull in doing so, if you want to also get the captain. Which risks sinking the ship that you're currently standing on. And that might have a
okay.
captive in it. But you could do that. I don't care.
I don't think she would want to risk the ship that we're currently on, considering that we almost drowned at the bottom of the ocean. But she is very salty that we literally just fixed her bullshit. So I need a con save 17 for 16 points of thunder damage, please.
Hey, that's pretty good.
What is the con save of a sheep?
+1.
Sorry to do so much damage, Scythe.
The
That's the 4.
captain succeeds. Sea mage succeeds. The seer fails.
Excellent. 16 to
So-
them.
Hold on. So 8 to these 2. And
16
then
is it?
16 to the seer. Yep. Okay,
so
so
that-
the sheep had 3 hit points, so you take 13.
Sorry.
But you are no longer a sheep. So, as the shatter over the ship, the pirates are rocked on their feet, but Scythe, you are returned to normal.
Spring is gonna look at the captain and go, "We were trying to help you."
Spring doesn't know.
Yeah, Spring has no idea.
The captain looks at you with a shake of her head and says, "Didn't sound like it." Naga is going to stab this guy. Okay. He misses. He tries again.
Vespa, help us!
Give us little snake.
You say that? The Naga says, "She needs to rest. We handle our own problems." As he misses
We're
again.
getting into too many fights.
Vespa's like, bro, I need a cool down.
Aaron, is me. God damn it. He's going to try and Eldritch Blast the captain off the ship,
Away.
but he is in melee with her. He'll try anyway.
Oh my god.
Yes?
I've forgotten this whole time that I have uncanny dodge.
Oh no.
Well,
Oh.
as Aaron misses, he says, "Remember that."
Sorry.
God, he rolled a natural one. Okay. So 2
Aaron,
Eldritch Blasts
no.
just right past the captain. It's now the Swashbuckler's turn. He is going to attack Guy because that's what he was told to do.
Okay.
That's a natural 20.
Stop it!
I will try.
I don't have anything to help with that.
Guy, that's 28 points of slashing damage.
I just patched this guy up.
Okay.
God fucking damn it.
Still up? You're still up. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
He
God,
slashes
stop.
again and misses.
Okay.
That's a 15.
Well, my plans have changed.
Yeah. So now, Renata, your turn.
Hey, I am going to use my action to channel divinity and do preserve life. I have a pool of 35 hit points that I can distribute. I'm going to give 17 to Guy
Okay.
and 17 to Aaron and
Okay.
1 to myself, I guess. And then I'm going to bonus action healing word Guy
Goodness.
at first level, so you will get, it is 8 plus 8 is 16 plus 3 is 19 points
19.
back.
Nice, thank you. Man, guys, really on a
Just
roller
getting
coaster of
bad.
emotion over here.
Renata is going to look at the guy who keeps stabbing Guy. Guy stabbing Guy
Slashing.
and just saying, please stop undoing my work.
He looks at you and shrugs and he says, I have my orders too. Scythe, you're up.
Lay waste to the healer, if you can.
Okay, so I've been a sheep for the last
2-3 rounds.
2 rounds.
couple of, like 12 seconds. So, do I know who the cleric is?
It's this one.
So your intelligence was 2 when you were a
Yeah,
sheep?
I don't think I
So
don't
I'm
think
going
I
to
know
say
what was
no.
going
You have no
on.
idea.
Oh, well then kill anyone. I'm
You
sure
were
it'll
just
help.
angry.
Yeah, I'm
Me.
angry. And this is the captain,
Yes, you do know that's the captain.
and I think I'm gonna take a stab with the glaive at that
Yeah,
person.
fuck her up.
Now that I am me again, people have advantage on melee attacks against people within 5 feet of me.
Aren't we all like in 5 feet of each other?
Right.
No.
No.
Linda,
Enemy
sorry.
within 5 feet of me, you have advantage on because of my wolf spirit thing.
Right, but the ship is such a confined space is what I mean.
That's not quite how it works.
I don't know.
Spring and Guy
anyway,
do not.
Okay.
That hits nothing. So
That does not
I will
hit
try
anything,
again.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That hits everything.
But that. Yeah. Okay, good.
I'm not seeing
Have some
size rolls in
damages.
the log.
I am.
It's probably because I'm rolling on Foundry and not D&D Beyond.
I mean,
Okay.
okay.
10 points of damage.
So 10 points of damage to the captain, and see if I have a bonus action I want to do. Nope, that's it. That's my turn.
right.
I'm not a sheep anymore.
Guy, it's your turn.
Okay. I'm going to, once again, try to stab this gentleman. Oh my god. Well, it's never gonna happen because I can't roll.
Oh my
above a
gosh.
6 on the die.
Yeah, that is a miss.
Yeah, I'm gonna try again.
I have faith in you.
Maybe
That's
a
better.
21.
That hits.
Okay. So with a 21, I do that plus 3, 9, 10, 11, but I'm also going to spend one of my... Oh, fucking are you for real? Okay, so he takes 12 total points of damage.
He is
And-
going to parry the attack to try and reduce the damage he takes.
Okay,
He reduces it by 4.
okay. But I still am. The flourish I did was a mobile flourish, so I'm trying to knock him back. He's only going to go 6 feet, so it's probably not going to take him off the ship, but that was my intention. Whatever. Guy stabs him, and then he pulls his blade out and does a spin kick and tries to send this dude flying, but he does not go very far. He goes 6 feet.
I will give him a dexterity save to catch the railing.
Okay.
Because he is against the railing. But he rolled a 19, which is well enough that he does not fall off the ship.
Cool. That's my turn.
Arya. You're up.
So this guy, this last guy, that I'm fighting on the ship, he used his last turn just to heal himself.
No, he used his last turn to cleanse poison, and then attack you.
I don't. Oh, I do remember the attack. You didn't dodge though at the end.
Correct.
Okay,
He
so I
had
have
to use
advantage.
his bonus action to not be poisoned anymore.
Okay.
You do have
So I
advantage, yes.
That's all I wanted to know. I'm gonna attack with advantage. 22.
That hits.
Awesome. Okay. Now this time we are not attack normal 17. And then we are not dropping any of our die because fuck this guy. 4d6. $19.
Okay.
So 17 and 19 on this guy in front of me.
Yeah, you defeat him.
Yeah, she shoots him right in the eye. To the face.
Okay.
And then wails from the grave onto the guy that
Arya,
guy.
as you kill this guy right in front of you, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh shit. Okay, hold on. Wisdom saving throw. Wait, plus doesn't apply to saving, right?
Bless? Yes, it does.
But there's no bless. I mean, I'm not doing a bless.
Didn't Guy bless me?
Oh, I don't know.
I give you a bardic inspiration. That's a one-time thing.
Oh,
You spent it already.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, sorry.
I will remove the indicator. With a 15, Arya, as this guy takes an arrow in the eye, which immediately kills him, and slumps to the ground, you witness what no one else can witness.
Oh.
You watch the spirit suddenly get pulled, as if yanked from his shoulders and chest, and he claws at the body he suddenly left with a look of terror as he is yanked through the deck boards of the ship. Straight down, you see an unrecognizable fear run through his face. With a 15 on your wisdom saving throw, Arya, you're frightened.
Oh my god, bro, so am I. Like, this is a player, what the fuck?
That's what happens.
Oh my god, he's doomed to hell.
Still your turn.
So now I have the frightened condition, right?
You are frightened
Yeah.
from what you just saw.
Yeah, that's my turn. Arya's like staring in horror at this guy she killed. Don't worry.
That's gonna leave a mark emotionally.
It's now the mage's turn. Okay, here's what's gonna happen. There is a convenient lineup here. Okay. He runs along the deck until he's right next to the captain. And as he does, he then turns and he raises his hands and then performs like this push motion. And as he does, he casts Tidal Wave. I need Scythe, Renata, Aaron, and Guy to all make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh no.
Damn it.
I can see it's coming though, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's
Is it
no
the
missing
giant
it.
freaking
A
wave coming at
wall
me?
of water like soars up and over the side of the ship.
Okay.
Scythe, you succeed. Renata, you fail.
Yay.
Fuck.
Guy, you fail.
Yep.
Aaron fails.
Fuck.
Okay. So Scythe, you managed to just like jump over the edges of the tidal wave right as it crests over your legs, and you almost fall prone. All of you do take some bludgeoning damage. 48. Wait. No. I cast it at a higher level, so what is it at 4th? 5d8. Okay, 14, 21, 25. 27 points of bludgeoning damage to everyone but Scythe. Scythe, you take half, and then half again. So 27, 13, 6. Renata, Aaron, and Guy, you are shoved brutally and forcefully off the boat. You are shoved 10 feet back into the gaps between boats, so... I don't need this. I need this. You son of a bitch! Okay, sorry. The spiritual weapon's in the fucking way. I'll put it over here for now. So yeah, Renata, you are also cast off the boat. So I need an athletics check immediately from Aaron and Renata. Guy, are you still conscious?
He's been healed up by me.
Yeah, I'm still conscious.
Okay, you're just in
I've
the
also
water.
healed myself, but yeah.
So, sorry, athletics?
Athletics
Or
from the
strength?
three
I
of you.
can't remember.
Athletics to swim. As you were all thrown into the water off the side of the ship.
21.
Okay, and then I'll roll for Aaron. Aaron rolled a 16. He manages to swim for the first time ever. Okay, that was the Sea Mage's turn. He shoves all of you off the boat. So now Albie's turn. Albie, now freed up, is going to take a shot. He's going to shoot. I'll roll to see who he shoots. Okay, he's shooting the Sea Mage.
Good.
Albie rolls a 15, which does hit. That's 13 points of piercing damage. He will take a second shot. No, he won't. Yes, he will. There's nothing else he can do. He misses. God damn it. All right. This guy below deck. Renata, Aaron, and Guy. You see in like the portholes in the side of the driftling, there's 4 cannons, and one of them, this guy is like, you could see him behind the cannon as he's like readying it. And he's gonna take a cannon shot at one of you.
Oh my goodness.
It's going at you, Renata.
Bring it.
He fires the cannon pointed straight at you. And that is a 9 to hit.
So he
Just bloop.
Yeah.
Bloop.
And then, well, it's more like a poof of this enormous burst of water right next to you, Renata. But he misses. He has one last cannon shot. He's going to run to that cannon. And I will roll to see if... Okay, he's attacking... This is going
Hey,
at
you
Aaron.
missed. You missed me.
He hits Aaron with a 19.
Oh.
Boom.
I can't
Aaron
fix that.
takes 21, 23 points of piercing damage.
How's he looking?
Suddenly critical.
Oh, Jesus.
Not good. Aaron needs to make a Constitution saving throw. Natural 20. He does not lose any important bits.
Hooray.
Uh,
Rise comes back. Aaron doesn't have a leg anymore.
that's
Sorry.
literally what could have happened just now.
We're gonna have to give you a peg leg.
It seems to happen a lot.
Pirate's
in my
life for
campaigns.
me. Yeah, it wouldn't be the first time.
The spiritual weapon, which was right here, floats down towards you, Renata.
Ah!
What is going
Just
on here? Yeah, it just
bonks at me.
descends and is just gonna boop, like trying to hit you. 16?
No.
Okay, well, it tried. Then the seer is going to cast a spell. Spring, roll me a religion or arcana check.
Oh, definitely Arcana. Spring doesn't.
The
know
DC is
anything
much
about
higher for arcana,
Oh,
but
fuck
that's
with the
fine.
gods.
They did not roll very high. 19.
You see a spell that you recognize the somatics as a protection spell, but you're not sure what it is.
Okay, and this is the cleric guy casting
The
it.
cleric cast it on the captain. You don't know exactly what spell it is, but you think it's a powerful one. The captain
Okay.
points her gun at you, Scythe, and at you, Spring. Get the hell off my boat. And she's holding an action to see what you do.
Would it be
I think
feasible
only.
for?
Go ahead.
Sorry.
All of you heard that. Spring, it's your turn.
Spring that still has no idea why they're even fighting in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
I think seeing her allies being knocked left and right off the boat and very worried about this lifts. I mean, she's not holding a weapon or anything, and her fists are her weapons, but she will hold her hands up. And can she throw the rope to Guy that Guy pulled her up with?
It's still tied around you.
Okay, great. Then yeah, I will. I'm gonna be like, all right, let me get my allies. Because I don't. I mean, I guess I could try to jump between the boats, like last time, like we did last time. Sure, I'll try to do that, and then if I'm allowed to also like throw the rope out to Guy, I will do that.
You can roll in athletics to try and
So-
make the jump.
Isn't the rope still there, or did that go away?
The rope is still connecting the
rope
water witch and the
tether is
driftling.
there.
Okay.
25.
Nice.
Yeah, you jump. You make the jump from stern to prow. From the stern of the driftling to the prow of the water witch, you make it.
Great. Can I throw the rope out to Guy? Is there another roll I need to make for that?
No, you can just do that. That's interact with an item. You do that. So, Guy, as you're in the water, a rope like right next to you. I believe
I think
that's your
on my turn.
Spring will bonus is defensive field just in case she needs it, and that's all she'll do this turn.
Captain Naga looks down at the corpse that Arya killed and looks over at the other ship. And then he looks at you, Spring, and at you, Arya, and he says, "Do we tell them?"
Tell them what?
He points.
Just kick it over the edge.
Arya's just staring at it, horrified. She can't speak.
That's
Spring is like,
trauma.
I don't fucking know. I
Best,
just got here.
let's be quiet about it until we have to.
Okay.
Just sail away with the corpse.
Captain Naga goes to the ballista where the rope is tying the two ships together, and it's clear he's holding an action to cut the rope once everyone's back. That's what he does. Aaron, I'm going to assume, is going to follow the lead of Spring, and he's going to try and climb up the side of the ship. He rolled a 16 again. Okay.
He
Aaron
wants to
gets
live.
out of the water. Yeah, it's clear Aaron has had enough of drowning. The swashbuckler, hearing the command, is waiting. Renata, you have a spiritual weapon that is, it seems like it's near you, but it is no longer, like, trying to bap you.
Trying to bonk me. She will haul herself out of the water, hopefully, onto her ship.
Roll athletics.
Okay. 22.
Yeah, easy enough. You climb up out of the ship.
Like
of the
a
water.
drowned rat. You know, when you wash a cat and their body, like, decreases to, like, a third of its size. That's what she looks like.
And you get up out of the water. Scythe.
So Scythe is basically surrounded.
Yep. The captain has,
and
like, pointed the
not-
pistol at you and is waiting to see you get off the ship. Or continue fighting. It is up to you.
There's a moment of hesitation where it looks like it's an open question whether she's going to take another swing. And then she starts backing off. Action to disengage, head back to the rope so that she can rope her way back across to the other ship.
Roll athletics, DC 10.
She's growling the whole time like rumbling like
Like
a
an angry
fucking road engine. Like an angry sheep, yeah. And I'm gonna drop rage, so this isn't an advantage anymore. But wow, I'm gonna fall off the rope. Be
You
great.
do. You fall off the rope.
Yep.
DC was 10. You get like halfway out across the water, and just as the rage leaves you, you feel the fatigue, and it catches
Yeah.
you by surprise. The rope just slips
just-
between your fingers.
And splash into the water.
Captain
Like-
Naga like looks over the edge. That was supposed to help.
It's fine. I'm fine. She swims the rest of the way to haul herself up.
Roll athletics. It's still part of
Try
your movement.
another athletic roll. Yeah.
Okay, you barely managed to haul yourself up,
Haul herself
manatee style, over the edge
up, like
onto the
beaching
deck.
herself on the deck like a whale.
And as that happens,
Flat.
Captain uses the held action to loose the rope, and immediately the water witch begins to move. I'm going to roll for the next couple rounds. I just rolled 2 6s and a 7, by the way, and then an 8. So, over the next 3 rounds, the crew of the Driftling do not immediately notice that their 6th crew member is missing.
Ooh. Well, they can't move anyways.
No, they can't.
Uh-huh.
As the Water Witch sails past them, they disappear behind you. Over the next 3 rounds, Arya, I need you to make a wisdom save for those rounds, which happens at the end of each of your turns.
Okay.
Wait.
That's a good roll.
Okay, so the first round after it happens, you get over the initial, I don't know if you fully get over it, but you no longer have the frightened condition inhibiting what you do.
Okay. Yeah, as soon as it's her turn and she finally doesn't quite snap out of it. She's still horrified. She's still staring at this body. She's not even noticing that they've kind of started to move away. But then eventually her eyes catch on Renata, and she steps over and kind of grabs Renata a little bit, and is shakes. You have to revive him.
What?
You have to revive him.
The person who stabbed you many times?
Yes.
I'm sorry, Arya, you want me to use one of the 2 diamonds we have for the rest of us on this man? I'm just...
His soul, it got yanked. You have to save him. You have to try.
She kind of looks helplessly at the rest of the party.
I'm in the water.
No, you're not.
Oh, pulled you up.
Shut up.
I hope.
You're on the ship. Unless you want to be in the water, but literally the water witch has been sailing, so you were hauled up by Spring in the rope.
Thanks, Spring.
Echo.
Why not? Why not, Renata?
I only have 2 of these.
I mean, you were willing to get us all killed to see what they had under the deck over there, I assume? Guy says, very bloody and hurt.
Can I just... I'll do it. I'll bring him back if everybody agrees to it. But I should...
I don't even know what the hell's going on, but seems like a weird
Neither do I.
place to...
Arya,
We
he's
have the
no
diamond,
longer-
and we know souls lost at sea don't find the afterlife. We know that.
Yeah, but don't we also know that that could happen to us?
That's why there's more than one diamond.
Yeah, do we care? Do we care about that now?
If the majority agrees, I'll do it.
Okay. Sorry, that was to...
So say yes or no before he passes and he's not retrievable.
No.
I still don't know why we fought them, besides they suddenly
either.
attacked you with
That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about this man's soul right here, right now.
Then
Do
save
it.
him.
That's 3 against 2. She'll bring him back.
As
At least
you
try to.
begin the process of revivify, you set the diamond on his chest, and Renata, what does revivification look like at your hands?
Man, should have thought of this.
Yeah, you should have.
Yeah. Well, I actually did think about the flavor of healing that I wanted to do. So, Calciox is known as an entity that has fought many battles, and often when he is communicated with, he is marching or in a battlefield. So, weirdly enough, I think the antithesis of healing is harming, but the way that her healing appears is when she's long range healing, she'll, instead of placing an arrow in her warbow, she'll just draw it back without anything in it, but then a golden arrow will appear and it will strike whoever she is healing, because that's just how it's transferred. But she also has a spear. She's not going to take the spear out, but she will kind of pantomime the gesture of kind of driving a spear into the heart of this man, but it's like a golden radiant spear.
It has been 5 rounds since this man fell. I'm going to roll, and those rounds are going to work as a modifier to see if this spell is successful or not. Renata, you feel the spell reach into the body. You feel the spell prepare this corpse to receive the soul once again, to restore it to 1 hit point. The wounds themselves, you watch as they close. But the spell fails to retrieve the soul. As the diamond turns to dust and the spell slot is spent, the corpse remains a corpse.
I was hoping that if it failed, we would not lose the diamond, but it's nice to know.
Nope. If you make the effort, it goes.
The spell would have succeeded had you been anywhere else.
It's because we're in fucking no
Yeah.
man's land.
Guy gets up and goes to Arya and kind of doesn't quite. He offers like an arm, like to put it around her.
Aw. She leans into it and she's like staring at the body, and she will start crying. She doesn't say anything else. She does not apologize about the damage.
So, Renata, take me through this. Why I was under the boat. What the fuck happened?
Well, I kind of got the sense that they were hiding someone down below, and I
Yeah,
kind
you
of
think? They were gonna give us extra gold not to ask questions.
but it was a person,
You don't
Okay,
know
and?
that.
captive. I just didn't sit
we
right
know
with me
that?
not to. I just
You
Sort
saw a
of.
captive?
So you got
sort of. I sort
What
of
does that mean?
communicated in the moment with Calciox and asked if we intervened that it would result in someone's freedom, and I got a largely positive response.
So your hunch got to risk all of our lives while some
I
of us were not
asked Spring.
prepared for
I
you.
asked Arya and Aaron what we should do, and they agreed that we should do something. And it's not that I necessarily wanted it to go the way it did, but it did.
Okay, well, how was that any of our business? What they had under the deck? Why did
I
you
tend
care?
to take issue with the removal of autonomy of other people. It's
Well, then
kind of a
how the
moral
hell
code
are
for
you
me.
in a mercenary company?
Also, they could have been a prisoner. People get put in the brig if they mutiny, for example. That's not our business.
I didn't know how I was going to handle the situation. It ended up the way it did.
I was the one
I don't
that
like how it panned out.
I don't like that instead of us trying to accomplish our mission that we agreed to, or even accomplishing the thing we agreed to do where we said we would go and help them.
Yeah, I don't like that
Like,
either.
Spring and I did
That-
work and we were supposed to get paid, and instead I almost got killed like 5 times.
Yeah.
And for nothing.
And
We don't
also-
know what they had under the ship. Ask your god about that. What's he got to say?
Also, like, Guy was the only one that had my back while I was vulnerable down there.
I was turned into a sheep.
I just,
I couldn't defend
it's
anyone.
not that there's anything wrong with trying to do the right thing, but like we're kind of, this is a job. You see what I'm saying? I didn't agree to come out here and risk my life based on what you think your god tells you in 2.5 seconds.
Spring is nodding emphatically.
I mean, we're all alive, mostly, so that's good. But like,
Also-
can you get your shit together, please?
I was the one that
It was not
It's
your
like-
decision to start going against the agreement we had. But next time, maybe try to be a thieves' can instead of a thieves' can't. He jokes to Arya.
Oh my
she
god.
does not laugh. By the way, that was me.
Yeah, I laughed. Scythe probably does not laugh, but Scythe's just like sitting on the deck where she beached herself.
Oh, anyway, okay.
can we just maybe all agree going forward to just focus on the goddamn mission? Because as we've talked about, we're pretty sure that this will actually be good for the world if we survive to do it. Right?
And now I feel pretty motivated, like I want to survive. You
I
know,
mean, I'm not.
considering what we just witnessed. I don't want my soul dragged down to the depths of the ocean. I'll be honest, whoever was under that deck can go fuck themselves. It's not as important to me, or Arya, or the rest of you.
Yep. And now we only have 1 diamond. So we gotta be real fucking careful from here on out.
Well, the diamond doesn't matter. We just witnessed the diamond not mattering.
Yeah, it
We need
doesn't
to not
matter,
die.
right? Yep. Which means we all need to think a little more carefully about what we do. Which isn't fun. But again, I don't think having your soul sucked to the depths of the bay is fun either. I mean, maybe. He looks at Ari again. He's like, no, it doesn't look like it was fun.
She shakes her head.
Sorry. She'll go downstairs.
When
An
you
heroic
go below
recovery.
deck, you find Oberon up on his feet. You find him in the process of caulking a patch in a hole that was recently punched in the hull.
Oh, shit. Yes, sorry. We didn't even think about the damage after everything that happened. You shouldn't be up. You should be in bed.
This doesn't need me to move a whole lot. I can handle this.
Thank you.
It's the least I
Not
could
even
do.
your ship.
Well, I do find myself remarkably inclined into its resuming its course. He doesn't say anything else. He just continues patching the hole.
Echo, is there any clear damage, like from above? Because I think Spring would kind of catch her breath and then immediately be looking to try to help fix stuff.
Roll an investigation check.
Cool.
With an 18, you stop and you listen. And there is this gurgling sound that was not there before. You intuit that means that there is likely water breaching the hole somewhere.
Okay. Can I ask Naga to, with his actual knowledge of ships, to help me figure out where that might be?
Yeah. Naga will aid you in trying to repair the hull. There were 2 holes breached in the hull. One of them is being currently repaired by Oberon. The other one is going to require some searching for. When you do find it, it is in the bilge, which is the lowest deck. It's below the sleeping quarters. It is basically almost like ballast. So when you find it, Naga says, could have been in a worse place. But it will be a pain to repair. Hope you don't mind getting wet.
I just was, so yeah, I would rather be repairing now that we're here. I'd rather be repairing our ship.
Can you see in the dark?
Yep.
Good. He hands you like a tube of caulking and a bunch of deckwood, and he says, get to it. I can't.
Yep. You're important. You're driving the ship for us. Thank you for your service. Sorry that we're getting in all these scrapes.
These things happen. It's part of sailing. I am concerned.
Yeah, me too.
If folk that are killed out here can't be brought back, maybe we better be careful about who we kill.
I think that's a very good point.
He just nods and goes back above deck. Roll me. So to repair the ship is carpentry tools. It's always.
Sure.
Unless you're sailing in an ironclad, which you are not, it is going to require woodworker's tools and a check for it.
Well, I did just make a set of those.
Yeah,
Of
you have
carpenter
them.
tools.
Go
I'm not
ahead.
proficient. Is there a way, Echo, is there a way, because I've been doing all of this work the last couple of like in character, can I be working on a proficiency toward this as I figure this out?
You've been working
Is
on
that
a proficiency toward it, whether you like it or not.
Oh, great. Cool.
So it's going to be a dexterity check.
Sure.
Uh,
I will enhance ability, my dexterity, because as established last time, both Spring and Renata prepared that today.
Yep. So as you work on this, the DC, unless you roll a 1 or you roll below a 10, basically, you're gonna repair the ship. How well
Cool.
you roll determines how long it takes and how slow the ship can move afterward, based on how much water it takes in.
Got it.
So go ahead and roll.
Straight dex.
Yep. You're not proficient in these yet.
Ooh, natural 19 for a 21.
You find the hole
Nice.
quickly, and conveniently the hole is very clean. The cannonball punched clean through it, and you actually see the cannonball slightly, like, morphed from the impact, just sitting in the bottom of the bilge. With such a clean punch, it is a very easy repair, and it takes you, like, 20 minutes.
Heck yeah. Love that.
What is going on above deck while Spring is repairing the hole in the ship?
What's Side doing?
Five, I think, was also pretty disturbed by the thing with the diamond, and I think that she is offering a little prayer to Ana. Just not necessarily asking for anything, but just like bolstering herself a bit. And eventually she just kind of hauls herself up. And she kind of looks. I mean, are we doing a heroic recovery? Like,
Yeah,
can we
you can.
patch ourselves
Absolutely.
up?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, good. So that'll happen. She wasn't badly hurt, but some of us were. And as the patching takes place, she goes, I don't like what happened. I might have made the same call if I had known what was going on, but I don't know. It's not. We're trying to find a way to fix this. It's not your fault what happened, Arya.
Yeah, I should have. I don't know. You should have seen him, though. He was horrified by what he saw.
And as a ghost, his soul?
Yes. Yeah. As it was getting dragged, he was horrified.
Yeah, that sounds bad.
This is a weird question. Have you seen how they usually go?
I don't know. Have I seen how they usually go, Echo? Do they usually just walk off?
Depends.
I-
How often have you spent more than a minute around a person you just killed?
That I killed or just that died?
That recently died, like, because it usually takes about a minute, but after a minute, their soul drifts out of their body, and either they linger because they had unfinished business, or they were particularly bound to where or who they were or with, or they immediately drift away and almost seem to vanish as they slip between the planes.
I think that she's not often actually I mean, she's probably seen death as like a mercenary, but
You've never seen it like
Probably
this. You've never seen it happen immediately like this.
so okay. I'm just trying to think how often she's seen, like probably once or twice, literally.
Sure.
So,
Yeah.
In those cases, it took a while, and then after a minute or so, you watched their soul drift away from their body as the connections were severed.
okay. Yeah. So no, I haven't. No, usually I don't even see the soul. I mean, I've only seen them a couple times, but like if I'm around long enough, the soul will eventually emerge and then kind of look at their body and then drift away. Usually I don't usually see the soul
So something was
for a while.
waiting
Something
waiting
was
for death
grabbing.
to grab.
That's fucking terrible.
Something was grabbing
Yeah.
at him and dragging him, and he looked horrified. He looked scared. I think he could see what was pulling him.
That is. I can see why a god would be so intent on stopping this.
Yeah. Glad we didn't kill more of them.
I'm glad none of us fell.
Yeah, me
Yes.
too. I feel like we should ask for more money.
I think I'm going to go pet my dog.
Aaron bitches quietly
should.
about losing 500 gold.
Yeah. We could go back and get some mangoes.
Did he give the 500 gold?
Yeah, he paid for the crate.
Oh no.
I was trying
Paid
to
for the
prevent
crate
that.
and then got it in the face. Terrible.
I
Wow.
was trying to prevent that. I'm so
Same day delivery.
We should do something. Bury this at sea.
Well, so you want to just throw him overboard? I mean, does it matter?
There's no land between us and the Western Sweeps. Unless
I'd
we
like
go
to search
shore.
the body and see if there's any sign of like a religious symbol or anything.
Roll
To see if we
investigation.
can.
Do you want help? I'm good at investigation. I'll help you.
I think I suspect that you are better at it than I am. I'm not that smart.
Yeah, but I'm
if
helping
you're
you.
helping,
Yeah,
okay,
go for it. It was your idea.
all right. That is an 11 with advantage.
You find a couple things. You don't find a religious symbol specifically. You find a coin purse of about 35 gold in assorted currencies. You find a short sword, a dagger, and a hand crossbow. You find a symbol around, like, it's like a wooden carved symbol around a rope that was around his neck. But it's not a religious one. You know that for a fact.
Okay.
You can roll a history to see if you can, like, identify a familiarity with it, but you're not sure what it is.
Yeah, Scythe has no idea what this is.
It is a symbol. It's a pretty shape. It is two circles.
She holds it up and she goes shape, and she like holds it up to see if anybody else shape.
Does the shape look familiar to any
Roll
of us up here?
history. Roll history.
Oh
Shape.
boy.
Shape.
Oh, 18.
Yeah, you recognize it is a monastic symbol. It is
Oh,
a
yeah.
marking determining this individual is part of a monk monastery. With an 18, you recognize a Khaen monastery.
Mm.
You're pretty sure it is the Circle of Peace.
Oh, I think that's the symbol of of some Khaen monks. Maybe the Circle of Peace?
With an 18 in history, you're pretty sure that's a Way of the Open Hand monk monastery.
Yeah. Smack, smack. So he was a monk. Or stole this from a monk. I didn't see him end his poison or whatever he did, or I would probably know that he was personally a monk.
Doesn't tell me much. It doesn't tell us much about the funeral rites, though. Rats.
Well, no.
Could we set him adrift on some spare wood?
Not my spare wood.
Let me look at my bag of tricks. Can I? Nothing. Useless. We could. Well, we could wrap him in a shroud and commit him to the deep, I guess.
You could go see if your cleric knows anything about it.
Yep, that would make sense.
Captain Naga just is like at the helm leaning on it, and as none of you move, he's just like, okay.
Scythe gets up and heads to go below decks, looking for Renata.
While that's all happening, Renata, what were you doing?
She was probably quietly praying to Calciox about her fuck up.
Okay. Do you want to address that, or you just want to say that's what you were doing?
The general vibe of her communication with him or her speaking at him, whether he responds or not, is kind of his business. Would
Sure.
be along the lines of, all I want to do is help people, and they're right, and I need to prioritize the people who are with me more than just everybody, even if I just think something's wrong and we're in such dangerous circumstances, and I push for this, and she's just wallowing in the failure of their attempt and the damage that it caused emotionally, physically. Someone died and she couldn't bring them back, and Arya saw something horrific, and she's just full of regret.
Roll a wisdom plus proficiency check. Because there was a battle, and that is Calciox's territory.
I rolled a 16.
You feel heard. You feel comforted in the presence that he's there listening. But there is no audible response.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this is the moment when Scythe clumps down the steps.
Clump. Renata?
Oh, yes, hello.
You
How
alright?
can I help? Yeah, yes, I'm fine. I'm intact. I'm alive. That's what I can be grateful for.
Scythe,
Us
what's
too.
your passive perception?
My passive perception is 12.
Renata overextended herself. And there are physical artifacts of that visible on her right now. Renata, what does that look like after the adrenaline has slipped away?
Oh, it's probably just awful to look at. Like the visible kind of like darker veins on the left side of her visible skin are probably just kind of like pulsing as they slowly recede back to a more dormant state.
Can I roll a medicine check to see what I think about that?
Sure. Yes, you rolled a
apparently
16.
the reason why you couldn't see my rolls is that I was set for private GM rolls from the other night and I didn't fix it.
Yeah.
Ah.
So what? Scythe, with a 16, you recognize blood poisoning. You recognize toxicity in the veins. You recognize the symptoms of numerous diseases that affect the cardiovascular system and the musculature of a person. You imagine Renata is showing the symptoms of a brutal muscular degenerative disease, but she's not showing any of the other signs of it.
Scythe you were kneeling to pray, right? Or am I imagining
Yeah.
that in my head?
No, that's probably what position she'd be in when you walked in on her.
Scythe sort of approaches and kneels in front of Renata, and it's difficult to read Scythe's face generally because of the plating over the mouth region, so you just get the sort of intent, narrow-eyed look.
Oh, are you
You
okay?
don't look well.
Oh, that usually goes away in a couple hours.
I don't remember all, but I have been a student of nature. And I hear what you're saying, but what nature tells me about those symptoms isn't that they should go away in a couple of hours.
For me, they lighten up. It's not a problem. I know how to handle it. Did you need something? Did you need healing? Is anybody else hurt?
It's the one who died. We were trying to figure out a funeral. I know the soul is gone, but we hope to pay some respect to the vessel.
Right. Just because the soul's gone doesn't mean that it can't be treated with respect. It's intent.
But we searched his body, but we saw some accoutrements. We think he's a Kayan monk, but we don't know anything about what god he might have been dedicated to, if any. So we weren't sure. But since you're a priest, you know.
Does Renata know if monastic orders tend to have a specific way of doing things? Or any specific gods they might follow?
Some of them do, some of them do not. You can roll me a religion check.
Okay, so I said he was Kayan. Let's see. 17?
With a 17, well, a lot of monastic orders do align themselves with a particular god. It does generally depend on which monastic order. Oftentimes, a particular god, their portfolio, aligns with a monastic order particularly well. So, if you know what monastic order it is, you can probably piece together which god was likely important to them.
Do you know his order, Scythe?
Guy said Circle of Peace?
Oh. Has she heard of that one specifically?
Roll history.
12.
With a 12, and based on that 17 religion as well, yes, you have heard of the Circle of Peace. They were often mentioned and aligned along the paladin orders of Olmar, the lawful good god of protection, valor, and redemption.
Oh. She feels really bad that this guy died. Does she know how they might prefer to be put to rest?
Oftentimes, followers of Olmar would give up their afterlives to serve as a revenant, to protect places of holy or sacred ground. But if that's not an option, an air burial was often the choice as a way for their vessel to return to the world.
Just put him up there with Albie. He'll be fun.
Yeah, do I have to like throw him in the air? Like what's the dealio?
Well,
That's a
considering you're
change.
at sea, an air burial would be to return it to the ocean to feed the
okay.
wildlife and nature in the world.
Well, Scythe, we're in luck. Generally speaking, people of his order wouldn't mind being returned to the cycle of Earth. So I suppose going to the ocean is not the worst fate his body could have.
If you're feeling up to it, perhaps we could offer prayers together.
Sure, that would be nice. And to Olmar, because that seems to be someone he was aligned with. Let's
Huh.
yes. She'll pull herself. Bones creaking, knees terrible, no cartilage, to her feet.
Scythe will offer to help her up as she stands up, just with her like gauntlet out. Doesn't say
There's
anything.
actually a moment where like a gesture from another person, like Renata flinches away, like she is conditioned to avoid physical contact, but when she like looks Scythe over, she seems to like accept something and be relieved by something, and then she puts her hand in Scythe's gauntlet and allows herself to be pulled up. Thanks for the help.
Scythe nods without other comment.
As you both ascend the steps, we're going to go ahead and take a quick 5-minute break. As we resume, you guys are sailing. Captain Naga is at the helm. You guys have performed a heroic recovery, I assume. I will do that for Mr. Aaron. And look at that. He gets his spell slots back. Must be nice.
Yay. Must be nice.
So, as you guys are sailing, you have a plan, I assume, with this body?
Yeah, eat.
You yeet. Okay.
With nice
respectfully.
prayers.
We yeet respectfully.
Yeet specially.
Oh my god. This is not how anything works.
Okay.
I
Go ahead.
do think that if there is a moment where the body is sort of unattended, Spring will kind of linger near it. And will sort of fiddle with some just like random junk that she has. She did not search the body for any of the stuff that we have already found. But she will kind of like craft a little flower. And sort of kind of look inward for a moment and sort of settle the flower somewhere on the person of this this dead guy.
Okay. You do that. As you do that, you hear, "Prayers don't reach the drowned."
Not a prayer, Albie, but That's a good point.
If we're
And
lucky,
yeah,
we die fast.
if we're really lucky, we don't die at all. Not here.
Oh, sure.
I'm sorry this happened.
Well, I was born ugly and downhill from there.
Yep. Not been a great day.
Anyway, that's how I ended up here. Legally dead and emotionally unavailable.
Damn.
I should start a book like that.
I love this bird. He's so good.
Thanks for your help, though. Got in some good shots.
Life's short. Death's longer. Wear boots.
Aaron says something about hating that he can't understand him.
If anyone asks, I was taller and twice as heroic.
You should tell that to Guy.
Yeah,
He's the
Aaron.
bard.
Oh.
You say you should tell that to Guy? He's a bard.
Uh-huh.
People say I talk too much.
Nah. You should definitely tell Guy. I think he'll like that. Honestly, he might adopt it and say it himself.
Smoke bomb! And he walks off looking for Guy, maybe. Guy, where are you?
Just near Arya. Kind of try to be comforting, making little jokes to see if he could make her smile. He likes to gauge how fucked up she is at any time based on how long it takes for one of his jokes to make her crack a smile. She's not doing great.
Yeah, it's taking a while.
So, well, as this is happening, suddenly a 3.5 foot tall Kenku stands next to you and is like looking at you.
Hey, Elby. You good?
If anyone asks, I was taller and twice as heroic.
Guy laughs. All right, I'll tell him.
Right. Well, off to regret something else. And Albie walks away.
Guy's like, that's pretty good. I'm gonna remember that.
Spring is like Spring is like
Accomplished.
on the other side of the deck watching this and smiling.
Arya,
Yes.
what's going through your head? I'm afraid to ask.
She is traumatized.
Okay.
Definitely realizes that she like condemned a guy, not guy, but a guy, to, you know, she doesn't actually know what she condemned him to. She just knows she condemned him to something not good.
Oh, okay. Well, when Guy's jokes aren't working, he is gonna kind of elbow Arya so that she'll look at him and say, "Do you think he'd feel this bad if he'd been the one to win?
I think
He was trying to kill us."
given what his order was about, he'd probably feel as bad, yeah.
Then we spared him that, huh?
I guess so. It doesn't feel like we spared him anything.
No, but like I said, it's not like he swam up over here to tell you hello and get your life story.
Yeah, wait. No.
Saying if it's us or them, I'd rather it be them. Always.
Yeah, obviously I'd rather it be them. I just sucks.
Yeah. Want to you wanna listen to some music? Maybe sing a song? Take your mind off of it?
Are you actually gonna sing?
I'll sing with you
Okay.
if you do.
Oh, I have to sing. I sing.
Well, you're better at it.
Okay.
And Guy gets out a little drum and starts to play a little beat and try to coax Arya to sing, some song they learned when they were younger.
Yeah, it sounds awfully like ashes, ashes, we all fall down.
Mm-hmm.
Some other
Ring around the rosy. That's what the song is.
ominous
Sorry, Ring Around-
amaranthine vibe.
Yeah. Fine.
Okay. You do that. You notice Albie is humming along.
Mm.
Nice.
He might not be able to say the words, but he is apparently appreciating the tune.
Nice. Yeah, and anybody who hears it, Arya is a better singer than Guy. Again, he has a very gravelly voice. It sounds like it's been damaged. But he's good at playing music.
Yeah, I think Spring will sort of drift over and listen.
As this happens, and as the Water Witch has been repaired and is resuming its way, I'd like a D8 from someone, please.
I'll roll it.
Yeah.
5.
Okay. Let me go ahead and pull you to the scene.
Mm.
As the
No
Water
more
Witch is
stopping.
sailing. No more? No more? Never again? I'll take you. You better give your word on that. We'll see.
Yeah, let's just go. Let's just all take the ship and we're gonna move. We're gonna go colonize an island somewhere. Fuck it.
As it is proceeding into the afternoon and evening, you notice that the water is getting still. It is still windy. The currents of air are letting the Water Witch coast smoothly across the water. And it is cutting a wake that is wide and smooth, as if just a giant V carving its way through Kylus Bay. The stillness of the water is unnatural. Feels strange, almost surreal, as all of you are on this ship and music is being played and time is being passed. Scythe, Renata, and Spring.
Hmm?
Well, Scythe... it's fine. Scythe, Renata, and Spring, you notice, as the water is still, you catch glimpses of something in the water. But it is not... It's like looking into a painting below the surface of the water. And Spring, you, with your proficiency in Arcana, you know, as the water of the Crystal Ocean stills, this is where you can look into a window. Roll me an Arcana check, looking down into the water.
Is this for the little device that I have in my pocket? The little stone thing?
Gonna need more than that.
I got a stone from like a stone to look for the stuff on the bottom of the ruins that we're looking. It's like a scrying stone.
This has nothing to do with that.
This is not that. Okay. 22 for Arcana.
As you're looking over the side of the ship into the water, and you see what looks like you're glancing into a painting that almost like shifts and moves. You realize you're looking down, and you see, as if seeing through the ocean, underwater, you see mountains. You see spires and pillars of crystal and gemstone. You realize, as you're looking down into the ocean, you are looking into a window, which is a planar view portal into another plane. In this case, you think the plane of Earth.
That's dope. I'm gonna call Arya and Guy over and point. And then Spring is gonna get out her little sketchbook. She is always like sketching stuff, and she has a bunch of like designs for stuff she wants to make. But she's gonna just draw what she sees.
Wow, look at that. How did you know about that?
It's a thing in the Crystal Ocean. They're little window portals. You know, window ships? This is how they work.
Yeah. Oh,
You just gotta know where to look.
Looks strange.
It's the
looks
plane of
earthy.
Earth. Yeah, I think it's the plane of Earth. Probably like Genasi down there.
I like rock guys and girls.
Oh my god.
Huh?
My brain was like, we're looking at Earth.
Oh, yeah, it's Chicago, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
Chicago.
Oh.
The plane of Earth. Nice.
Sorry.
Hell yeah. I love it.
It's like I didn't know that was a thing in D&D.
It's not.
I think it's called Greyhawk. No, just kidding.
Ugh.
I'm sorry, guys.
Nobody likes Greyhawk. It's okay.
For good reason. Yeah, looking
Trying to
down into the
escape
water.
this planet.
Yeah. Into the window, into a planar viewport. This is how a window ship works. They take advantage of these to slip into the astral sea. Anybody with proficiency in Arcana would know that. But as you're looking down into this window, into the plane of Earth, you do see movement. Passing slowly through this view into the plane of Earth, you see there is a massive, titanic worm made of stone
Shit.
that is slowly emerging from like a mountainside and then burrowing its way across the mountain down to the what looks like it should be the ground from this viewpoint. But if you know anything about the Earth plane, you're aware there is no sky or ground. There's no relative. Everything is in all directions at once. So really all you see is moving from right to left is a massive stone worm. Slowly and terrifyingly. I mean, you can imagine how loud it would be were you there. But from up here, looking down into the ocean, it is silent and eerie.
That's cool.
Sketch.
That is what you rolled. A window into the Earth plane.
I will drum a little marching beat for the worm on the ship so that they can hear. Not the worm,
Oh,
naturally,
that's
but
neat.
musical accompaniment.
As we get later on into the evening, I need a d6, please.
Go, somebody go.
Right, got it. 1.
Ooh.
The evening passes quietly, with nothing of interest, calm weather, and smooth sailing. And then we push on into night's watch. So let's go ahead and sort out what watching order we're going to have on the ship. If anybody wants to have a conversation with anybody else during a long rest, this is the time for that to happen. Let me go ahead and pull up the watch order. Captain Naga and Albie and Aaron will take watches that need to be filled or assist others who might have terrible perception. Otherwise, which watches are you all taking?
I'll take third.
Okay.
Shake it up.
I volunteer for first.
Okay.
Yum.
I think Renata. Arya will go with Renata.
Ooh.
Let's try a chance
Mhm.
to.
I
say
think
sorry.
Aaron would be best friends with Scythe, and the captain
Yeah.
and
Very in
Albie
character.
would be fourth watch. So,
Yeah.
the deed is done. So, first, camp watch order. We have Spring and Guy. Before anything else, I need a perception check from both of you, or one of you with advantage, and a D100.
Do you want to take
I'll give
advantage?
you advantage. Are you good at perception? I'm not.
No, I am very much not.
Okay,
But I'm
you
happy
know what?
to
Let's
help.
just both roll. Let's both roll. Fuck it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I got
Oh,
a
that's
natural
pretty
20.
Hell
We did
yeah. We did great.
Wow. You've seen everything.
Do
We're
better
so
under pressure.
perceptive. hmm
And a D100, please.
I'll do it.
Okay.
65.
Okay. Over your watch, if you guys have a conversation or anything, that's totally fine. Something does happen, so
Mm.
Can we talk a little bit first?
yeah, that's what I'm waiting for.
Sure.
Go on then.
Hmm?
You were right. I'm
Oh.
sorry I was your help in that fight.
Oh.
Oh.
Wait. Sorry, I was rumbling in that feeling. What was I right about?
I mean, you were right to be frustrated that we didn't stay on mission. I appreciate that I am not the only one saying that from time to time.
Yeah, it's mostly I felt kind of frustrated because you were underwater working and we had agreed to do that, and then I didn't know what was happening. It was crazy. People like Renata threw Aaron, and then she was jumping back and forth. I didn't know what the heck was going on. I did make Aaron pay 500 gold for a crate of mangoes, though. That nearly killed him. So maybe I
Well,
wasn't entirely right.
I mean, you should
I
pay
don't
for
know.
goods that are rendered, I suppose.
No.
I
Yeah.
don't like to be caught off guard, and I'm
Yeah. I could see that about
one,
you. And that's valid.
one- thank you. One thing that's frustrating about mercenary work is in the army, people actually are trained to have each other's backs.
Well, I mean, they're trained to follow orders, right?
Well, yes, but often
I
that
guess
results in,
one follows
you
the
know,
other, huh?
some sort of
Yeah,
order.
I'm not a
There's pros and cons.
soldier. I just don't want to die, basically. Especially
Understandable.
not when I
Sure.
don't even know why. I mean, this too, but before that. I
Yeah.
was just like, oh, I think mostly I was just kind of being a bitch because I was mad because we worked really hard to fix their ship and then we ended up fighting
We
them anyway.
did. I'm not
Yeah.
even good with that kind of tool, and
No,
I was underwater.
but you did great though. Like you did great. And just so you know, when you were underwater, they were jumping back and forth and I didn't know what was going on, but I didn't leave, right? I just stayed right there to keep an eye on you. So I do have your
I
back.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. I'm annoyed that Renata didn't have yours, but hopefully she'll be more
Well, she did
circumspect in
though.
the future.
She did though. I mean, she couldn't I don't know. Like, I don't want her to think, it was like all her fault, even though, she did kind of get a. Have you heard she got a bee in her bonnet? And we don't even know
What?
what was going on? Never mind. That's colloquial.
No. She has a soft heart.
Yeah.
We were in the fall festival, that big mercenary thing for the Mariguard.
Huh? Yeah.
We were on the same team, and we didn't win, but we absolutely would have lost if I hadn't followed her advice. So that was good.
Yeah. I mean, Ari and I have done a couple jobs with her before. And she's a really good healer and pretty smart, too. It could have been anybody. Just making a call. I just kind of want to focus on this because this seems like a big thing and I don't want to be out here when our luck runs out.
I agree. You seem pretty lucky to me, though, so there's that.
Uh, I am favored by the gods.
Is that what is that a sorcerer thing or something?
It is for me.
Huh. Well, that's nice.
I
I'm
agree.
in Ceres we mostly say that we're just favored by intellect.
Well, we all can't be born super smart, Spring, but I'm happy for you.
Well, thanks. It's more that I don't know how much you know about the War of the Dead. Uh,
A little bit.
Ceres got hit real hard, like real hard. So hard that a bunch of places never really recovered.
Yeah.
The gods kind of abandoned us in particular, and a lot of us haven't forgotten that.
Yeah.
My
I
dad
know.
sure hasn't.
Is your dad still back in Ceres?
Oh yeah. He puts me. I mean, I'm my father's daughter, but he's a really good artificer.
Mm.
I could never measure up, but uh, they're in some debt, my family. So
Oh.
gotta pull them out.
Ah, that's what you're doing out here.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I gotta. If I just wanted to be selfish and cut loose and do my own thing, I could do it. But like, I have people that I care about at home.
Yeah, no,
I gotta get back to them.
you're a really good daughter. I hope they appreciate that.
Try to be. You got family too?
No.
Somewhere? I'm sorry. Well, you've got Arya though. It seems like two of you are pretty family-like.
You've been friends a long time. You ever heard of the Ashfall Forest?
Can I make a history check, Echo?
Sure. It's a very low DC for you.
Yeah, because it's
21.
Ceresia.
Yeah, it's the
Oh, it's
entire
Saracen?
southern point and coast of Ceres is the Ashfall Forest. It is.
Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's in Ceres. Is that where you grew up?
yeah.
Wait, so you grew up in the forest? Like forest dwellers? Like tree houses?
Uh, you know, kind of on the edges.
Cool. I didn't know you were Sarisian, sort of.
Yeah. Well, life of breathing in all that ash kind of ruined my singing voice.
Oh, that's why
But
you
it
don't.
wasn't that great to begin with. Don't cry for me.
I mean, you play real well.
Thank you.
I'm not
Anyway,
really an artist like you. I just draw stuff
uh,
and
Right.
So-
Okay, so you don't play music, is what you're saying.
Or dance, or do cool showy shit with the blade. I've seen you fight. You're an acrobat. We talked about this.
Yeah, I've seen you fight too. Weren't you like running up the stairs while your armor magically assembled itself on your body so you could like punch someone like the fist of a god?
The fist of a god. I mean, that's good marketing. I wish I could punch someone like the fist of a god.
Yeah, well, hang on to the tagline.
I sure will. I'll give you credit even.
I mean, that's about all Guy's inclined to share about his past. So he's just like, do.
As this conversation kind of dwindles, suddenly the ship is rocked by a loud of something. The ship is like scraping up on, and all of you hear this horrible of something rubbing
Oh,
against the starboard hull.
Oh, fuck. I just fixed the leak.
I get up and run over there. What's happening?
You look over the side of the ship with your perception, you see there is an enormous thing in the water that is like shoving the boat to the side. You think it's
Is
a
it like
whale.
an alive thing? Oh god. Okay.
You think it is a surfacing whale that is now thumping into the side of the ship. We are about to have a skill challenge.
Oh,
Because
Oh, shit.
the patches in the side of the ship, which are on the starboard side, immediately are knocked loose. And everybody below deck, you suddenly hear poosh, poosh, of these two holes
Oh,
that are
fuck, we're
punched through the
sinking.
side of the ship. And then on top of
Going
that,
great.
all of you then hear of
Aw.
an enormous creature that is alarmed that it has bumped into something. But now your
Couldn't
ship has
see
taken damage and you are taking water. So, as the ship is suddenly taking water into the bilge in the galley, you guys need to... Well, there's a skill challenge, and the first stage of it is the initial burst of water that comes crashing through the patches is a lot. You don't have a lot of time to respond here, but everyone, you are awake as the ship is suddenly
Can I-
thumped.
May I roll, like, investigation to see where the worst of it is, or do some sort of, like, or Tinker's tools or something to sort of, like, redirect some of the flow to make it less awful?
I cannot imagine how Tinker's tools would affect the flow of water into the ship. If you can figure out a way to describe that to me.
I was figuring, like, I am not a science person in real life, but I was thinking of, like, simple machines and, like, is there a way to redirect? Is there a way to, like,
Well,
put
let's quantify let's qualify and quantify what Tinker's tools are real quick. They're like small pliers and screwdrivers and tweezers. They're
Okay,
very
got it.
small,
Okay.
fine manipulation tools. So no, I don't think that is a viable answer.
I may be able to help with that endeavor.
Can
It's not an
I-
endeavor. We don't.
It's a skill challenge. All of you, if you have ideas,
saved-
pitch them out.
I saved my 4th level spell slot, my singular one, and I also have control water today.
Oh, damn. Amazing.
And one
That
of
does
the
sound
the
useful.
things is redirect flow.
Amazing. Do the thing that I was trying to do, but for real, please.
You
Control
cause
water.
flowing water in the area to move in a direction you choose, even if the
Spending
water has to flow over obstacles, up walls, or another unlikely direction.
spending that 4th level spell slot to halt the water's flow into the hull and buy time would immediately succeed the first step of the skill challenge.
That
Oh,
then
yeah.
Okay.
she will hold it
Oh,
back for 10 minutes while
Right.
they fix the problem.
would athletics to like bail water out quickly be a thing, or is it too low in the ship?
No, you can absolutely try and use athletics to get water out of the bilge in the hull. That can be
I would like
in
to do
progress towards the second skill challenge, which go ahead and roll athletics.
Okay.
Okay. It's slow going because you have
Yeah.
there's not a
that's
whole lot of
great
places
roll.
to bail the water out at, so you are running up and down,
Yeah.
gathering up water and hauling
Just
it up.
charging up and down the stairs.
So that's not a fail, but it's not a success.
Can I enhance ability to let Scythe try again or give her advantage or something?
You do it, it would give advantage. So then,
Yeah, I will.
Scythe, you can roll again.
Okay, I'll roll that. I'll
Yeah,
roll that a second.
Not any
Okay.
better.
Not noticeably better. Yeah, it's a 13 instead of a 12.
So again, you have not failed the second stage of the skill challenge, but we have not succeeded. Any other ideas? Scythe and Spring, you have spoken. Guy, Arya, any clues? Any ideas? It's okay if not. The ship will sink, that's fine.
So I don't know, like Arya's first instinct is gonna be to try to grab any like blankets or anything like that and just start shoving them into any of like the hole that
Okay.
The blanket.
You could try and plug the hole with debris. That's fine.
for now at least.
This would be an improvised like woodworking check, basically. Like you're basically making a patch that's not wood, but it's improvised. So roll, it's going to be a dexterity check to find up debris and just stuff it in the hole.
Okay.
It's not proficient, just straight dexterity.
It's a natural one.
Oh no!
Okay.
My rolls today have been like
They have not been on your side, no.
That's okay. With a natural 1, the second stage is a failure. As the control water is lessening, water begins to like. So you basically have stuffed like these woolen blankets in the holes, and then immediately, as soon as the control water starts to lessen, they just like water blasts the blankets right out of the holes and right into your faces.
Is that at the end of my, like, coming
It's
to the
at
end of my...
Yes, it's at the end of the 10 minutes. The control
Oh,
water has
okay.
bought a lot of time. So we have 1 success, 1 failure.
Okay.
The skill challenge continues. The ship is taking on water. But now the floor is open for everyone to come up with another idea.
My idea is I'm going to look at Captain Naga and ask him what I should do.
As he's also running around with scythes trying to bail water,
He's the captain.
he says, "We need to veer the ship to the left port, and we need to patch the holes before we take on too much water."
Okay, I will try to run over and veer the ship left.
Okay,
Whee!
are you proficient in navigating?
I am a jack of all trades, so no, I'm half proficient.
Okay. Roll me a... It's basically a survival check with half proficiency.
Oh boy, so +2. How exciting. Okay. Here we go. Wow. 15.
Oh, no. Oh, 15. Okay, with a 15
Yeah.
success, you veer the ship to the left. The mast and rudder turn sharply, and the whole ship pulls. And suddenly, the holes where you guys can see water coming in, like suddenly, like starlight is visible through the hull, where the ship is like veering and tilting. So the water rushing in is much, much less, but it's still there. That was a success, Guy. So that's 2
Guy laughed.
successes,
That was
1
fun.
failure. The whole ship is turning
Whee!
sharply.
Whee!
One more skill challenge, and it's got to be about either plugging the holes or fixing patches or something of the like.
I'm not proficient yet in these woodworkers tools or in
Correct.
those carpentry. Can I fucking try? It's not. It's only a +2, but I've been doing it all day.
Yeah,
Can I give her
Can
a
I
bardic
help?
inspiration?
you
if
can
I spend
help,
an
and you can also bardic inspire. You can do both. So
Great, I help.
I'll wait, you got this, fist of God, I yell.
all right, Spring, roll it with
Alright.
advantage and a bardic.
Oh,
that's
man.
not
Okay,
great.
Bardic. Roll 8.
Bardic.
1d8, yep, please.
Oh, it's sorry. Sorry, that's. I still don't know how to. Here, I'm just gonna roll this d6 and then roll the 8 because I.
Oh, do you
still
want
have
me to
not
roll
figured it out.
an RD? Yeah, okay.
7.
A 7.
Great!
Well, 19.
Yay!
You successfully patch the holes before the ship takes on too much water, and the speed of the ship is not reduced. You manage to stop the damage from getting any worse.
Cool.
I'm going to flavor this. I'm going to flavor this by Spring. Really is like, I don't think I can. I'm not trained in this. and then and then Guy yells "Fist of God," and she kind of is like, she takes a deep breath. She's like, okay, I'm gonna try.
I'm the fist of God.
With 3
I
successes.
do like that the people that were awake, basically, like, and Renata, not to discount, but the people that were awake were like, we got this, just go back to bed.
From in the ammo cache, you hear Oberon say, "Are we still alive?"
Yes. Crisis averted.
Thank
Good luck going back to bed with your blankets.
All of our blankets are sopping wet.
Yeah, that's true.
Good
I
That's not
will.
that counts, Aria, really.
Spring is gonna change her multi-tool to be the gust cantrip, and it's just gonna be like drying out the blankets.
Nice.
Good call.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you guys, you have crisis averted. That watch has passed without any further incident, as you had a collision with a whale.
Oh, poor buddy.
He's
I'm sure he
probably
was
like,
What
oh,
happened?
Yeah, he was like, get out of the way.
Hey, I'm swimming here.
Watch where you're going.
Anyway, second watch. Let's see.
Scythe and
Scythe and Aaron.
Aaron.
Scythe, Aaron will give you advantage. Because he's an
Okay.
NPC right now.
Okay, 15.
15. Do you want to roll the D100 or shall I?
I can do it.
Go for it.
51.
51. Let's see here. A moment. Okay. Do you have any conversations with Aaron? I'm sure they're very insightful.
We might, but we might RP it later. I don't know. So
That's fine.
They
totally fair.
talk or
Yeah.
don't talk and just sit, because that is sometimes how Scythe has quality time.
It's true. By the end of your watch, passes without incident. So we move on to third watch. Arya and Renata. Go ahead and roll perceptions. One with advantage or both. I don't care.
We're both.
I
We both have scores high, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I rolled an 18.
So did Arya.
We both rolled 18s.
Okay. Roll me a D100, please.
Go ahead, Ren.
Okay. 48. Another whale.
A whole pod of whales.
Fuck!
If you guys have a conversation, now is the time.
Did you have
Arya
something
does-
you wanted? Okay.
She will eventually, like, so it depends on if Renata, like, talks first. But it's gonna take a little bit before she talks to Renata.
Oh, Renata was ready to say something, so she would more than likely talk first then, and she was
Okay.
just gonna say, Arya, I'm so sorry you had to see that. I know you saw what happened to that man, and I didn't think about the consequences of what we were doing.
No, we didn't. I understand. I didn't think either when I asked you to revive him. Like, I understand getting caught up in emotions.
Yeah. I definitely was.
I was too. I think sometimes some of our crew don't understand.
don't understand. I know what you're saying, but I can't quite figure out how to put it.
Emotions.
Maybe you're right. Maybe they don't.
Not completely. I don't mean it that way, but you know,
Maybe they find it easier to kind of set those aside and do what needs to be done, but we're a little more prone
yeah,
to feeling strongly about things and trying to make those things work out.
I think that's a good way to say it. Yeah,
But maybe
I
we
think
should
you
just decide to focus that energy on the people around us right now more than anything
maybe
else.
maybe it's hard. Can be hard.
Incredibly. It goes against everything I believe in.
You you've seen a lot, haven't you?
I suppose it depends on what you mean by a lot, but probably, yeah, I guess you could say that, but I bet you can relate.
I can. Yeah, I can. I think sometimes I feel very raw, like a open wound. And I
Well,
think that you probably know what that feels like.
I was gonna offer you some healing, but I haven't been able to fix that in myself. And maybe that is a little more complicated than a spell.
Yeah, yeah, it probably is.
Maybe even not really something that we can ever hope will heal.
Probably not, no. I mean, someday. And
Can I ask you a question?
yeah,
When did you first notice that you could see ghosts?
I was lost. I'd gone into the forest to hunt. It was after Guy had already left the first time. Um,
Guy left you?
he didn't he didn't leave me.
It's just kind of hard to imagine you guys not together.
It's hard to explain. And I don't know that he'd want me.
Sure, of course that you don't have to tell me.
Uh, yeah. But so I went into the forest. I was gonna hunt. I was gonna, I don't know, just be where we used to be. Um, but I got lost. I'd never gotten lost before. Um, and I was starving. I was gonna die, and I sat down under a tree. I was going to die. I knew it. I accepted it, and then I saw an old hunter. I think he was, and he led me back.
Have you been hearing them ever since? Seeing them?
Yes, yeah. Ever since I accepted my own death, I've seen them. I've been able to talk to them.
How does that make you feel?
I don't know. In one hand, it's like comforting. I'm never quite alone. On the other hand, it, I mean, seeing ghosts that haven't moved on, so I'm sad.
Well, they must want to help you for a reason. The ones that do.
Yeah. They do. I don't know. I think maybe it has to do with me accepting my death. Maybe I
I don't.
took a step into that world and now they see me as one of them. I'm not sure.
I came pretty close to death once, and I don't know if I accepted it in quite the same way as you, but I will say that I definitely don't see ghosts usually. Maybe there's just something special about you don't know yet.
You didn't accept your death when you were close.
I thought I did. I thought that was all that was left.
And then what happened?
A, a cleric of Calciox saved my life.
And that's when you became a cleric?
I was 6 when it happened, so I wasn't a cleric right away.
Oh,
But I was.
maybe you didn't really understand death when you thought you accepted it.
I think. I think I may have. I watched my family pass before I was supposed to die, so I knew what it looked like to die and saw the dead. I assumed that was what was coming next.
Your family died right before you.
Yeah, they did. In the same
Sorry.
house.
I'm
It was a
sorry.
long time ago. I don't really remember them that well. I was pretty young. So the clerics of Calciox, they took me in after they saved my life and basically raised me. And when they asked me what I wanted to do with my life, I said I wanted to help people.
How did you become a Mariguard?
The head cleric of my temple, the one who saved me, had a vision of me in Mariguard colors. When I was at
And
a
that
point in my life where I didn't know what else to do, I had trained to become a cleric, but I thought I was just going to stay at that temple forever and probably just die there. Living a good life, helping people, but nothing spectacular. And I took it as a sign that I should go and see that destiny was waiting for me at the Mariguard.
interesting. I've never had a destiny. How will
I
you
don't know
know
if,
when it's fulfilled?
well, for you, I don't know if that's true. Maybe you just don't know it yet. I think it's destiny that you can see what other people can't see and hear them. But I
Or
think
it's
when
just
destiny calls, we'll know.
maybe. I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe it just hasn't happened yet.
No, probably not. I would think I would have felt it then.
Or we're all here
Are you
together on this ship for a reason.
uh maybe. Arya, like you can kind of tell that Arya does not believe in destiny with like she's like kind of like oh
uh,
yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
well, that's she kind of looks a little embarrassed. That's just how I feel about it. I suppose I need to feel like there's a reason that I'm still alive when other people in my life didn't get so lucky.
I can understand. It sounds horrible what happened to you.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't make it. So I have to think that maybe I'm still here for a reason. Maybe that's why I'm so thoughtless in going into danger because I feel like If I'm supposed to die here, I will, and if I'm not, I won't. And that's kind of comforting in a way, but that's also stupid because other people in our group didn't sign up for that.
No, but I understand it. You
I'll
have to
try
make
to take.
something.
I have to make something.
You have to make something of the life you were given.
Especially if you feel like it was given to you.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I was meaning you. I get
Me,
why you
me,
think you have to make something of your life.
I,
She's like,
I
not me.
assumed, I
I was
assumed you were talking about
not
me.
realizing. Sorry.
Right, yes. Destiny is affecting me specifically and is not imposing its will on anyone else. I understand.
Yeah, and only you need to make something of yourself.
The rest of you are good. You can do whatever you want.
I think you're both learning a lot right now. I like it.
If I can help you, Arya, I don't know how yet, but if you can think of something, I'd do it in a heartbeat.
Well, I don't think my condition can be healed, as you said.
That's funny. Neither do I. But we make the best of what we got.
Yeah.
So you think that your ability is something that needs healing, even though you don't think it could be? Like it's something that you would rather do without?
No. Yes. I don't know. I don't know. That's a complicated question.
It is. I suppose if you think of an answer, I'd love to hear it. You obviously don't have to tell me, though.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind. Anyway,
I,
I am sorry that I didn't speak up for you.
uh, there was a lot going on, and I don't disagree with what they were saying, so I don't think I needed to be spoken up for in that moment. I think I heard exactly what I needed to hear. But I
I guess
appreciate you wanting to stand up for me.
guess I don't know. I don't think I did anything wrong.
I don't think you did anything wrong either. I think we all were acting within our boundaries of what we considered to be the right thing to do. And I think that's all we can do.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. Like that.
I do have a question. Do you think Guy would ever talk to me about himself?
No.
Oh. Why are men so jaded?
It's not because he's a man.
That was just the only
And she
commonality I
looks
would
she
draw
looks
between him and
really
Aaron.
like she looks really offended. Like
I'm
even more like when you said about Destiny, she started checking out a little bit, but like you were like, "Oh, men jaded." And she's like, "It's not because he's a man."
okay, I didn't really mean it so in such a man-hating kind of way. It's just the only commonality I can see between him and Aaron.
He's not he has nothing in common with Aaron.
Damn.
Right, right, exactly. Other than right, nothing at all. I just would like to get to know him better, but I find him a little intimidating.
He's a pretty great guy.
Yeah, I think so. I bet. I would love to get to know him. What do you think I could do to breach the gap? Does he like to drink?
I think you could get to know him without prying into his.
I don't know how to do
Life.
that. Like, I
And I
don't
guess
know how to
you
start a conversation with someone and not pry. It's like what I do, and I don't even intend to do it. I don't even mean to. Oh
I guess you can't get to know him.
fuck! If I let him
He's-
come to me, do you think he'll ever talk? Or is that like he would just never come up to me?
I mean, he'll talk to you. I just don't think he's going to talk about the things you want him to talk about.
I don't necessarily want him to talk about anything in specific. I just want him to be happy and at peace. Is he?
Are you genuinely
That's
like
a long pause.
a genuinely long pause, Maria?
I guess it's not really up to me whether he's happy or at peace. I feel an intense urge to make that right in people, even though it's not my business.
I think happiness is in a place that you are. It's a feeling that you feel sometimes.
Only sometimes?
Yes, you have to choose when to feel it and when to pursue it.
Oh. That's complicated.
It is. Happiness is a complicated thing.
I was just hoping if I could get you guys there, you'd stay there.
That's not the way happiness works. Have you
Damn it.
stayed happy forever?
I feel content in the support I
Content is
gain
not
from my
happy.
God and the order that I was raised in.
Content isn't happy, though. You said content.
Well, now I gotta think about this.
Okay.
She looks befuddled as she stares off into the distance. Like, am I happy?
Are you happy?
Oh no.
We're not realizing she's not happy. She's got to fix herself now.
Fuck!
Growth. Character growth.
My happiness is happening. I mean, happying others.
As
No, bad.
Renata has this crisis of character,
No.
and nothing of interest happens during the watch otherwise.
Oh god. The
Uh,
dark is closing in.
the watch passes without further incident. So you guys, you do eventually go to bed. I don't know if you sleep or not.
Weeping.
As
You're one of the
Albie
monks.
and Captain Naga go to their watch. As they do, you all finish your long rests,
Oh my god.
and as you hit the long rest button, you are all awoken at the same time as you hear
Oh fuck.
Okay, guys.
Hey, the
a
bells.
ringing bell
The
resounds.
bells of Notre Dame.
Light passing through the portholes.
Oh,
Through the cracks, you see a golden glow flash over the sky as it is already dawn. And that is where we will call tonight's session.
That's such a scary sound echo.
good
Resonates in
morning.
my soul.
Oh,
But there's only one ding dong, so it's only one this time.
As we come to the end of the session, I want to thank you all for playing with me. I hope you had a good time. Before we go any farther, we must give our players an opportunity to earn a point of inspiration with the players' vote for who liked what who did. So, we're going to start at the top of the order with Jem. Meg, who did something that you liked?
I really enjoyed getting to know Renata's backstory. I liked a little like introspection that she was getting, like, because she's had some introspection before, but like it's always been like, oh, how can I do this thing that I want to do, versus like, what about me? Am I a problem?
Am I or the problem?
I really I really enjoyed that. I liked.
Okay.
Thanks. She has new concerns on her mind now.
Vote for Penn. Next, Hellfrog.
I am voting for Spring this time, specifically because I just appreciate the way that Spring stays very consistent with her character. Like, she's not at all ever afraid to be, what some might consider a stick in the mud, and that's like not what I'm calling her. I'm just saying she's not afraid to like stick to the principles that she has established for her character, which I really admire. So yeah, that's it.
Okay. Penn, who did something that you liked?
I just like that whole conversation between Arya and Renata. I think they have such interesting perspectives, but I like that they kind of share in some ways and then are completely opposite in others, like i.e. Destiny. But also like an intense like emotional investment in like the spiritual well-being of others.
Okay.
So it's good to have both the agreeableness and like the parts that they disagree on to kind of bounce off each other.
Sure. Okay. Next, Emily, who did something you liked?
I'm voting for Sal, because in the intense conversation where all of us, we're kind of piling on to Renata a little bit. Sorry, Pen. Not all of us, but like both like Guy and I were both doing that. And we were sort of like saying, "Oh, I got, stabbed, or I got this, or I got this." And then there was a brief pause, and in that moment, Sal chose to say, "I was a sheep." It was very
That was
funny. And it was very good. The timing, the delivery, as ever, excellent, Sal.
Okay. And last but not least, Sal, who did something that you liked?
I'm gonna. There was a lot of good RP today. I am going to vote for Hellfrog because of Thieves Can versus Thieves Can't. Because
That was
That
good
was
too.
excellent.
That was very
Okay.
good.
Thank you.
So, the system has been gamed. All of you have earned a point of inspiration as the vote was
Hey!
unanimous all across the
Oh, wow.
board.
Okay, I did not game it on
Wow.
purpose.
We're
I don't
all
care.
evil gremlins.
Well done, everybody. Thank you for playing with me tonight. I had a great time running for you, and I hope that you had a good time too. And those of you who are out there watching, hi Penn, hi Emily, hi class, hi Sal, everybody else, hi. We love you all, and I wish you a good night.